Thank you all for being here on what is the second night of practice. As you can see, a few different names on the lobby tonight. Welshie and Swimfin still here though, rocking up, getting the laps in. So hopefully for them guys, they'll be able to get in some even more laps than what they did last night. Kickstart things off, same as we did last night. We're going to run the same sort of tracks as well, with the same weather for these guys, who didn't get the chance last night. Same as we did last night. Apologies about that. So we will be running first at the circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps Grand Prix circuit, the Grand Prix layout, to kick us off here. We've got a few guys in. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Just got to change the settings so that the chat will pop up. And that's all ready to go now. So yeah, like I said, here with 9, a couple more drivers maybe joining us just a bit later on, as we hope to get ready for what could be an interesting night. Some title challenges in this group as well tonight. We've seen Gary Littleleach on last night. We've got, I think, the main threat, I think, that could be Sooty Apex for the pro group here tonight. You see Monkey Boy, a bit of confirmation there for the guys who's not aware. Monkey Boy teaming with Dean Wasocki as Flatline Racing. I do apologise. Run Flat Motorsport is Sooty and Phil. Flatline Racing is Monkey Boy and Dean Wasocki, choosing the Acura. So interesting car choice. We see Welshie for the MC Motorsport in his Lamborghini. There's Phil for Run Flat Motorsport in the Lamborghini. Sooty in his Lamborghini. Monkey Boy, as we say, in the Acura. Swimfin's no team name confirmed yet, and no confirmed car neither. I do believe he's being partnered by Alfie, but no confirmation on that. There's DJ Phil trying out the BMW again. He seemed to get on with that car last week, did DJ Phil. So hopefully he is starting to settle on that car. And here's Peaceful Explosion out on track for Forever Forward Racing, teaming up with Kieran Argent, who can't be here tonight. But Kieran, if you're watching, hope you're having a good holiday. We'll see you when you get back, no doubt. So half an hour around the Spa track and then a 3-lap race just to get the evening going. And you see Welshie and Welshie and DJ Phil, still in the pits, hoping to get a few more drivers on as the evening progresses. All invites have been sent. Jamie Brazier, evening to you in the chat. Can anybody do a Jamie Brazier, which was take all 3 practice sessions in quickest lap time? The man who's really setting the pace for the Pro-Am category and really is looking probably the favourite for that group. If there's anybody who could join him, as we see Keegs has just joined, if there's anybody who can catch Jamie Brazier, you would have to say it's Welshie. Looks a fast guy in the Pro-Am category for MC Motorsport. But here is Phil. In the black and orange Lamborghini, Sooty in the black with green. Phil's one of these that can go under the radar. He's one that he gets a job done and can get some good quick times, and he's a quick driver as Phil, but he seems to go under the radar a bit. He just seems to go, I think in the last league that I raced in with Phil, he seemed to go a bit more unnoticed. Like people's lap times, I think, was a similar pace to Phil, but Phil's just didn't seem to get picked up on as much. Whereas in this one, I think that won't be the case. I think he has got the pace to be a front runner and to get the notice he deserves, as Peaceful Explosion made a mistake coming out of the chicane. So here is Phil. He's going to have a lovely slipstream coming on the exit of turn 1. Oh, Jamie says Holty might, we know he's quick. That's true. We've not seen Holty on for a while, so Holty may be able to do that as well. We'll have to see what Holty can do. Everybody here at SimPlay Motorsport, you see Phil a bit wide at the top of Radion, and as was his teammate Sooty Apex there. Sooty on the the wheel, so he informs me. I think it might be the pad though. I think that's the way Sutty's going to go. We'll have to wait to see on his lap times. As Keegs has joined us now in the session. It seemed a bit disheartened when I spoke to Keegs earlier today. He seemed a bit down after last night. It didn't feel like he got the right amount of practice he wanted in. As we saw, Peaceful was off at the chicane. So it is the Run Flat Motorsport guys who are currently the first two cars on track. So we'll see what sort of lap times they can do. Run Flat Racing, sorry, not Run Flat Motorsport, Run Flat Racing. Two very nice liveries there on the Lamborghini. The only Lamborghini actually in the Pro Group. Paddy's the way, says Jamie Brazy with a laughing face. Definitely, 100%. We've had 5 minutes of dry weather and now the rain starts to fall. So when do you think of putting the wet tyre on? For those of you guys watching, if anybody hasn't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It'll do us a massive favour here at SimPlay Motorsport. Really appreciate it. If you're interested in joining the league, there is a link in the description. There's a link in the description for the page. So if you want to just watch as a fan, or if you'd like to keep up to date with any of the league's action, then click the link below. If you just want to, if you're interested in joining the group to get the racing in, then follow the link that will be in just 2 seconds. As we see Sutty and Phil coming around the final corner then. And down the straight they go. Sutty looks like he's going to go on for the quicker lap here as he's come from behind a bit. In fact, he does then, 2.6 seconds quicker than his teammate Phil, and already setting the pace. Stephen Nicholson, evening to you. So Sutty Apex then already setting the pace here, 2.6 seconds quicker, and no one else out really on track to get a good lap time in it at the moment. Keegs is towards the back end, but this is an out lap. Track may be too wet by the time he starts a proper lap. Monkey Boy's off at the hairpin. Swimfins, I think, has just came into the pits. No, he's going the wrong way up the straight. He's trying to get into the pits. As that car's got no spoiler, it may just be better off pitting and getting back out on track with that one. Welch is still in the pits, and as is DJ Phil and Peaceful Explosions making a pit stop. Let's jump on board Keegs then. See what he's got tonight. We see it, like I said earlier, he said he was a bit deflated after last night. Felt like he didn't bring enough to the table. Felt he should have brought some more than what he did. But nevertheless, he's got the time to get the practice in, and he's got the time to get them laps under his belt. And I think once he does that, he'll be started to feel a bit more comfortable in the car. As I say that, trying to brake a bit later to the chicane and just loses the rear. He is the only man with Sutty out on track. He's going to go into the pit, so I wonder if this is for a pit stop for the wet tyre. We'll have to wait and see. So Sutty, Phil and Peaceful Explosion, who's done a time, but it's 3 minutes 37. We know who sat in the pits. Maybe put the wet tyre on as well, as it looks nice and comfortable over the top of El Rouge and Radion. Down now to the straight. Let's see what Phil's got from here. Peaceful Explosion's got from here. Probably not going to set the times that Sutty and Phil were setting. Maybe a few seconds off, but should definitely improve. In fact, he's 9 seconds down, so that might be as he's came out the pit. So we'll see if he will should make up some time, I do think. Phil, though, still the first car out on track. Sutty looks like he's dropped off the pace a little bit, as Phil is very wide there, and I think just clips the wall. Sutty runs wide as well, and Phil's backed out of this one, so it looks like he could possibly make a pit stop. Sutty was wide as well, so again, as you see, Phil just round in the background. Is this going to be Sutty who's going to make a pit stop as well? No, he's going to stay out on track at the moment. Not sure how wise that is. Nonetheless, he's going to cross the line and set a time. It's 16 seconds off the pace as we jump back to Peaceful Explosion with Phil. Yeah, Phil going into the pit. So we jump back on board with Peaceful Explosion. He comes into the chicane now. And then down towards the long right-hander. He'll be greeted by the Sector 2 boards. Let's see if he's up on his time any this lap. Now, just a second down, so he's gained 8 seconds from Sector 1 to Sector 2. Now, he should be up by quite a bit, I'd imagine, coming through to the finish line. Oh, we've got Aiden in, so we'll jump back to Peaceful in a second. Aiden Bennett, new driver on the grid. Probably going to be paired with DJ Phil. I think that's the only pairing left, so between the two they'll have to agree on a car. But Aiden Bennett then on track as we jump back to Peaceful Explosion as he comes into the chicane for the final time to complete this lap. 20 minutes 45 seconds on the clock then, and he's going to cross the line now, and it should be an improvement, I'd reckon. He's not had to pit, so it should be a big improvement. Yeah, 54 seconds, 2 minute 43.4. He'll probably improve again this time round as well, and we'll see what will happen from there. Swimfins is back out on track. Camera picks him up there, coming towards the hairpin then. We've also got Welshie out on track. Keegs is back out on track. And like I say, Aiden is there as well. In the Acura. Jamie Bracey, no Cameron tonight. Well, the invites went out to everybody, mate. So we'll see if he's a bit of a later show at the moment. As Aiden, just losing it on the rear there. Manages to get the power down now. So could we see an Acura in the Pro-Am category as Aiden is about to start his lap time. Where's Sutty Apex? Stayed out on the dry tyre. How good an option was that for him? Doesn't look too clever at the moment, that doesn't, as he's very wide there. As was Swimfins just behind. So Sutty very wide. Phil's back on the wet tyre. Peaceful, we know, is also on the wet tyre. Keegs has done a time, but he's 18 seconds off the pace as we see Aiden. Then he's just gone through the top already, and he's now on the back straight. Honda, not probably the best choice of car down the straights, but it is always good fun to watch. It is quick in the corners, good on the brakes as well. No, it's not very clever from experience last night. You're right there, Jamie. As we see Aiden put it in the wall off the chicane. That chicane caught a few people out last night, so it looks like still catching people out tonight as we see Swimfins passing Sutty Apex there. We've got the Stolf Sloth on, so he's also here for a second night of practice. That completes the MC Motorsport lineup, and Swimfins into the final chicane. Probably a bit quicker than he needs to be there. And I'm expecting Sutty to dive into the pit lane behind as Swimfins on the curb, just losing the rear, but manages to keep hold of it well. And as he crosses the line now, he's going to start his first flying lap. Where's Welshie on track? He's come around the final part of the lap. Sutty is in the pit. Monkey Boy still there and DJ Phil still there. Some two not come out yet. Chris got a bit of experience here last night, so kind of has an upper hand over other people so far today. But let's see how the experience pays off, as he's currently gone 39 seconds slower than Sutty Apex in front at the moment. See Sutty finally back out the pit. Says Phil. Swimfins looks like he's been in the walls again. Phil currently a second and a half down on his time. Peaceful's gone a bit quicker. It looks good through that little section there. Just Peaceful Explosion. So don't forget, this is just a practice session, guys. By the pro guys now, we know all the pro category have selected their car for the season, team names and liveries in. So what you see the pro guys racing in, that is their confirmed livery. So just to give you a rundown for those of you watching that aren't aware who the pro category is, it's Sutty Apex and Phil, Peaceful Explosion and Kieran Argent, Dean Wisocki and Monkey Boy, Gary 131 and Little Leach, Mazda and Keegs. As Dean Wisocki's just came online, so we could get Dean Wisocki on as another runner to try and end the Spa session. So we could be up to 11 runners tonight, as we see Monkey Boy out the pits now, as Aiden's done a time and he's currently a second quicker than Welshie, as we see him currently around at the minute. Keegs has gone up into P3, just ahead of Peaceful Explosion in the other Mercedes. The two Lamborghinis though leading the way, and the Lamborghini probably the quickest car, I'd say, out there. 15 cars to choose from, or 15 different manufacturers to choose from. Keegs looks like he's gonna possibly be the quickest Mercedes out there tonight, but then it just depends on what... Oh no, Monkey Boy, I forgot he's in the Acura, isn't he? So Monkey Boy in the Acura as we jump back towards Peaceful, who's coming down towards the bus stop chicane. What can he do here? Is he going to improve on his lap time? Currently 8.8 off the pace at the moment. Got to watch that puddle on the inside curb, and probably just gets the power down a bit too much there. Does Peaceful Explosion as he lost the rear slightly. The rain looks like it's slowing a bit. Looks like it's getting a bit brighter and slightly down on his time. What's Peaceful Explosion there? What's Welshie? Is he going to be up any this lap? 39 seconds off the pace and crosses the line now. Does improve by 28 seconds. Phil doesn't improve at all. So Welshie goes up to P5 ahead of Aiden. Sooty Apex about to cross the line. His time and Phil's time, don't forget, we're set in the dry, so for them to improve is going to be massive. We see Stealth Sloth behind Monkey Boy then. I think Monkey Boy is on his outlap, so let's see what Monkey Boy is capable of as he comes round. I think Stealth Sloth as well, he's also on an outlap. So as Monkey Boy's crossing the line, the rain looks like it's all but stopped. Monkey Boy in fact wasn't on an outlap to set a time, 23 seconds off the pace. Yeah, the rain looks like it's all but stopped, so track evolution now will be a thing. So here is Aidan Bennett, just struggling to get that power down slightly there. And he's away now. Looks like he's managed to get in his groove. May just take a time for him to get into the groove. Only got the game today, so it may take just a little while to adjust to the way the game runs. Not sure if Aiden is on a pad or wheel. I'll confirm that for you for ahead of next week. Don't worry about that. But yeah, Aiden looks quick through this last sector. In the Acura as well, we see DJ Phil's now out on track. So Aiden and DJ Phil, because we've not heard anything back from Smith yet, Aiden and DJ Phil look like they're probably going to be the team for Pro-Am. Not sure where Swimfins is going. So that'll be down to them two to decide on a car that they want to pick, as Aidan Bennett crosses the line and no improvement this time around. So where is DJ Phil? I do believe testing the BMW here. There he is, using a lot of curb and runoff. And as you could see through that corner, not a lot of spray. So DJ Phil, I think he was around the Nürburgring last week. We saw him test the Porsche, the BMW, sorry, and he looked quick in the BMW then. He looked like he got into a rhythm in it. As we see him come towards the end of his lap here. Let's see what sort of time he's going to be setting. So we'll try and get someone in for just a quick chat in just a second. DJ Phil then coming in towards the chicane. How does he master this? Nice bit of curb on the first bit. Takes a bit on the second as well. So looking good there from DJ Phil. So looks like he's doing quite well then at the moment. The start of it, he goes out and is 34 seconds off pace as Swimfins is in the pit. Stealth Sloth not yet set a time, but he's coming to the bus stop chicane. Monkey Boy crosses line and goes 14 seconds quicker, put himself up to P5 ahead of Welshie. Keegs has dropped behind Peaceful Explosions. Let's have a look at Stealth Sloth, who's going to set his first proper time here as he crosses the line in the Lamborghini and goes in front of DJ Phil and Aiden. I don't think those two though have set a proper time, as Aiden on the grass again at the moment, not where he'll want to be. Can Keegs find a couple of seconds here? No, he can't. He's down on his time as you see the track starting to dry and get a bit better. Who then on track is behind Keegs as we see Aiden in the pits. Sooty Apex is coming towards the hairpin. Phil is also around it. Peaceful Explosion will be the next guy to set a lap, and look at how dry it is around this back part of the track with 11 minutes left. Bit damp here, but dry in places. So when do the guys start to think of slick tyres here? That will be the question. When do they want to put the slicks on and maybe set that fast lap? We've only seen Sutty and Phil do a fast lap on the slicks. And then the rain had came down and everybody else wasn't out there at the time. We see Peaceful Explosion 2/10 up on his time at the moment. So that'll be what he's wanting. Bit of improvement while the track's still drying. And then when the track's at its finest, they can nail a time. She's going to come into the final chicane here. And now what can he do over the line? He was 2/10 up through that second sector. Will he be up any more? Coming over the line. Let's see. 9/10 up, so nearly makes it just short of a second he made up there. So he's only 5.8 off the leaders. Phil, the next car through. In fact, no, is it Sutty? No. Not quite sure who's in front of Phil. It's Welshie who's going to cross the line just before Phil. So what does Welshie do here? He improves by 1.6. Phil down on his time, but Welshie improves. Good enough to go P5 at the minute for Welshie. Now, what's Sutty Apex's time? As we see DJ Phil behind, he's looking to improve on his lap as well. Sutty, Dean Wasoki's now in the session, so we will have 11 runners. DJ Phil, does he improve? He does by 26 seconds, and in fact puts himself ahead of Keegs and Welshie into P4. So a good lap there from DJ Phil. What is Keegs going to be looking to do? Where's the Stove Sloth? We see Monkey Boy. He's about to finish his lap. No, he's going into the pits. Is it time for them dry tyres? I wonder. Keegs a bit wide on the exit there, but he'll be the next man to do a lap unless he's going to box. But I do think then Monkey Boy is possibly going on the dry tyres, as Keegs is going to pit as well. So Stove Sloth will finish the line. Saw a bit of ghosting there. That ghosting means that because the Stove Sloth joined the session late, Keegs is unable to see him. So Stove Sloth crosses the line and no improvement. Aiden's back out on track, so is Swimfin. Swimfin's picking up a bit more damage as well. So hopefully he can try and nail this track. All practice for everybody. The season gets underway on the 23rd with the Pro-Am group on the 23rd of September on the Wednesday night, and then on the Thursday night with the Pro group. There's that little jumping lag there. Means that we do have Dean Wasoki on the track now. So we have the Flatline Motorsport guys in their Acoras. So back to Swimfins then, who will be the next guy to cross the line. He looks very good round here so far. Looks quite quick round here. You see a bit of spray. Just dabbing the brakes here. Not feeling 100% comfortable. Maybe on the slick tyre, not feeling 100% comfortable around the quicker section with it still being a bit wet. Now where does he brake for the chicane? Got to be easy on the throttle on the chicane on the exit of this. Well took at the first part and a good little second bit. Careful over the curb, just runs a bit too wide there. Does Swimfins. Back onto the track he comes. And what sort of lap time is he going to set, as Aiden is also with him? That Porsche we found out last night was quite handy. Swimfins goes 9th ahead of Aiden then. But both of them not setting a proper lap time, you'd say, at the moment. So their next car to cross the line, it's not Peaceful Explosion, he's in the pits. That's potentially, if you ask me, for dry tyres. It's not Sutty Apex neither, nor Keegs. It's Welshie who crosses the line and goes 1.6 up on his time. He's now put it back into the pits, but he's only 7 seconds off the pace with the track drying with 7.5 minutes remaining. As we await Keegs to cross the line. Phil, he's coming into the pits as well. What about DJ Phil? Still a bit damp on the start line, but guys obviously opting for the dry tyre because online it is absolutely bone. So DJ Phil down on his time there. Where's Keegs? He's not far around a lap. Monkey Boy coming towards the end but not quite there yet. Stove Sloth will be the next man to finish a lap. Is he 100% happy on this wet tyre? He's a bit wide there. He's got the wipers on. No more rain expected. I do believe it's just cloud. So track drying. Going to start to see these times, I reckon, tumble. And the Stove Sloth is actually going to come into the pits. So the next person to complete the lap will be Monkey Boy, provided he's on the right tyre. Phil's in the pits. Welsh is in the pits. And Stove Sloth also in the pit lane then. So clearly going for a few dry tyre runs here. And wanting to get Some lap times on the dry tyre. So don't forget, for the race it is 20-minute qualifying followed by a half-an-hour race, and then the second race will be determined by, the grid will be determined in qualifying order by race finish, but the weather will be alternate, so it will be sort of what it was for the first race, but backwards for the second. As Monkey Boy's about to cross the line, currently 8.9 off of the pace, down on his time this lap. I don't think he'll mind being down on his time here. He's still got to get that, if he's on the slick tyre, he's probably still got to get it up to temperature just slightly. We see Keegs is coming round now. Oh, all out of shape and loses it coming round the quick part before the bus stop chicane. And he didn't get that right at all. As Aiden's coming round now in his Acura. Now, can Aiden improve on his 38 seconds? He's down on his time of 3:04. Outbreaks himself at the chicane quite a lot. Still wet through that chicane, to be fair. It's not the quickest, so you can't dry it as quick. But Aiden then on the dry line, you see it's bone dry on the dry. And it's 26 seconds quicker, so he goes above the Stealth Sloth and Swim Fins. And not far, just got to find a couple more seconds to gain on Monkey Boy. Sooty Apex will be the next one to cross the line then. Can he improve on his 2:25? Now he's going to come into the pits. Now what about Swim Fins? Around the chicane, I think he more cut that than went round that. Obviously missed the braking point again. Still damp into the chicane. And no improvement for Swim Fins there. That looked like DJ Phil was about to cross the line. He is. Can he find any more time? Currently 8 seconds off the pace. What's he got here? Gains a second and jumps in front to Welshie. 6.99 now off the lead. As Peaceful Explosion's about to cross the line. No improvement from him. Phil will be the next man out. Sooty's in the pits. So is Aiden then. So with Sooty and Aiden in the pits, what's going to happen here? 11 cars on track. That's what we want to see. That's brilliant. Is Phil up on his time? We're not quite sure yet. So let's see when he crosses the line. Excuse me. All will be revealed in a minute. Needs 2.5 seconds to his teammate, or just over 2.5 seconds to his teammate. Can he manage to get across the line and improve any? No, he can't. While we just wait for the next man to cross the line, which is going to be Welshie. Let's see him cross the line. No, he's down as well. Monkey Boy will be next. Here is Monkey Boy. Next man across, no improvement from him. Where's Dean Wasaki? He's coming towards the end of the lap. He'll be the next man to cross line. So while we just check, Sooty, Phil, Peaceful, all on 9 laps apiece. And then you got Welshie and Keegs on 7, with Monkey Boy on 6. DJ Phil and Swim Fins have done 5, with Aiden and Stealth Sloth doing 4, and Dean Wasaki on 1. As you see, Dean Wasaki had spanned coming out the final chicane, so not what Dean will be wanting there at all. As we've lost Aiden Bennett, so hopefully we can get him back in. He might not be in for this one, but hopefully we can get him back in for the next session. So Dean Wasaki then has done a lap time and gone quicker than the Stealth Sloth and Swim Fins at the moment, but is 14 seconds off the pace. Just got that last chicane wrong, and with Dean this only being Dean's second lap, that might be down to the fact that he's, you know, not used to the grip through the chicane at the moment. So Sooty giving way to Welshie. There's Phil coming through towards sector 2. There's Peaceful, who's actually been in the wall there. As Swim Fins goes past Peaceful then. Peaceful, sorry, in the wall. We know Swim Fins had a bit of damage for a while now. Still quite damp on the outside there. A bit of a lift from Swim Fins you hear there. So he's obviously gaining the confidence through that corner now. With Peaceful gaining on Swim Fins. Clearly a bit earlier on the brakes is Swim Fins there. And still can't get the car stopped in time to get around the chicane. So we know Peaceful will be down on his time. DJ Phil's coming into the pits. Not sure how wise that is, because he's not going to get another proper lap time in now. Not another respectable lap time. Anyway, Swim Fins 3.8 up on his time. Who's the next car then to complete a lap? It'll be Phil. So is Phil up any? DJ Phil in the pits. Keegs also calling that a day in the pits as well. Won't get another lap in from here. as Phil, beautiful through the last sector, comes down the line now and he's going to cross the line any second and improves by 1.7, so the gap between him and his teammate is now 0.3 of a second. Can Welshie find a couple of attempts to get back in front of DJ Phil here? Indeed he can. He's found 3.5 seconds and in fact takes him in front of Peaceful Explosion. Monkey Boy then goes third, just behind Phil and in front of Welshie by 1.5 seconds. So a good lap there from Monkey Boy. Stealth Sloth will complete his next lap, currently 19 seconds down off the leaders, and Sooty Apex hasn't improved any since the start. Connect issues kicked me off. Just use the same invite, Aiden. You'll unfortunately miss the 3-lap race, but you'll be back in then for the next test. The same invite should still work, so no improvement from Stealth Sloth. Dean Wisocki improves by 6.3 seconds and he's only 1/10 off for Keegs, so that's a good time for Dean Wisocki. Teammate currently sitting in third. Dean P8 then, as that Sooty who's just crossed the line and there was no improvement there, but everybody is on their last lap. Phil is, Monkey Boy is, so's Welshie. Peaceful Explosion will be the first to finish. Evening to Garrett. I hope the Toby Carvery was nice, buddy. It was DJ Phil who's crossed the line. We've lost Aidan Bennett again. Hopefully we can get Aidan in secession done. So Peaceful will be the first then of the finishers here as they come up to the back part, the bus stop chicane here at Spa. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give the channel a big thumbs up. Also in the description below, you can join the Facebook page if you're just a fan and want to keep an eye on the up-to-date events with SimPlay, or if you would like to join the league, the second link is for you. So what can Peaceful do as he crosses the line for the final time? He puts it on the front row, puts it P1, sorry, it's only practice, not qualifying, and a second ahead of Sooty Apex. That's an impressive time if you ask me. Who's the next person to finish? Not 100% sure. It will be Swimfins. So can he improve? Currently 31 seconds down on his time, and he's got that last chicane horribly wrong again. And I know track limits are off, but oh, they didn't go to the Toby Carvery. What a shame. So Swimfins does improve, but did cut the last chicane. That would be track limits in the races. Phil goes ahead of Sooty, 9/10 off of Peaceful Explosion, so a good lap time from him there then. Now then, Welshie, what can you do? 4.9 off the pace. Any improvement from you here? Not that I can see. A Monkey Boy's had a problem coming out of the chicane, so anything he was up, he's probably lost. Who's next person to finish his lap? It will be the Stealth Sloth. Now, is he up any? It's a shame that you didn't get to go to Toby Carver, mate. I know how much he was looking forward to it. Hopefully your partner's friend gets better. As Stealth Sloth crosses the line and goes into 5th. Just ahead of his teammate by 0.6 of a second. Now what can Dean Wisocki do? As Sooty is all sorts of wide at the final chicane. What can Dean Wisocki do as he crosses the line? Any improvement from him? Just a slight improvement, but it's enough to put him in front of Keegs then by 0.5 second. So just slower than DJ Phil, but in front enough from Keegs that it keeps him there. DJ Phil will cross the line, and I don't think will improve as he was in the pits for that last run. So Peaceful Explosion takes the quickest time of the night for the first time here then at Spa, followed by Phil, 9/10 off the pace. Sooty Apex messed up his last lap and got third, with Monkey Boy finishing 4th. The two MC Motorsports, you can't split these two on practice nights, 5th and 6th, with DJ Phil running 7th, Dean Wisocki 8th, with Keegs 9th, Swimfins 10th, and we lost Aidan from the session unfortunately, but hopefully we can get Aidan back in. So the grid then, Monkey Boy will start on pole. It's a random grid, this race means nothing, but Monkey Boy on pole from Welshie. DJ Phil 3rd, Peaceful 4th, Phil in 5th, Swimfin 6th, Sooty 7th, Keegs 8th, Stealth Sloth 9th, and Dean Wisocki 10th. Hope we can get this many out next week. A full lobby of practice would be good before race day. Yeah, indeed it would, mate. So we hear the revs rise, everybody's readied up. Let's see what we can do into turn 1. And it's lights out and away we go here. And look at the start from Peaceful Explosion. Looks like he's going to split Monkey Boy and Welshie here already. DJ Phil got a bit bogged down. Dean's made a decent start as well. And Peaceful's gone through the middle, but Welshie looks to come back through the middle on Peaceful and Monkey Boy and does so. So Welshie leads here from Monkey Boy already. So a good start for the Scotsman. Bit of a Scottish send it into turn 1. He's got Monkey Boy all over his tail. Now let's see the pace of the Acura versus the pace of the Lamborghini. There's a few wide. Monkey Boy very wide at the top. Radion tucks back into that slipstream. And look at the Lamborghini. Just can't pull away from the Acura with the Acura in the slipstream here. He pulls out now and he's going to be inside for the next corner. We see DJ Phil and Dean in the background with Swimfins as well. And Monkey Boy will pass Welshie. So does Peaceful Explosion. And Keegs on the old man can't get past. Peaceful, nice Monkey Boy. We've got round through the chicane. Sooty Apex with a bit of lag there, but Sooty stuck behind Keegs with Stealth Sloth running in 5th there, all over the grass. DJ Phil currently 6th with Normal Phil in 7th. Monkey Boy now 8th, Dean 9th, and Swimfin's 10th. So not sure what happened at the chicane, but it all kicked off. And Welshie is away here. Welshini ahead of Welsh Junior. And I don't know what's happened to Peaceful Explosion, but he's fell behind the both of them and has Sooty all over his tail. So we've got the Scottish send it in Welsh and we have the Sooty send it in Sooty. All about where can Sooty send it as we see the little battle between Sooty and Peaceful Explosion. And this for the final podium spot. Podiums don't mean, they normally mean prizes, but they don't in this one. This is just a bit of fun here. So the two Acuras of the team of Dean and Monkey Boy, Flatline Racing or Flatline Motorsport, should I say, not having the best of showing here. But one half of Team Iron Brew, one half of MC Motorsport, one half of Forever Forward Racing, and one half of Run Flat Motorsport or Run Flat Racing. I'm going to get them two mixed up all season. Are in the top 4, and Welshie and Keegs nose to tail here as they head down into the bus stop chicane. And Welshie just getting it parked on the apex. Look at the run Keegs gets, but that Lamborghini power, although the Mercedes is no slouch in a straight line. These 4 really battling for the lead. And is the junior going to send it on the senior? And he sends one up the inside. Chris going to look for the comeback but can't get it there. Is Peaceful round and gets a tap from Sooty. So nothing he could do there. Phil is in the pits. Stealth off wide to avoid Peaceful trying to correct it back on track. Monkey Boy running up in 6th with Dean now in 8th place. But it's the battle out front. The battle of the household as well as the battle on track. Sooty's just dropped off the back of these two after Peaceful span in front of him. See you later then, Gary. Hope you can join us maybe for the end of the evening as we see Welshie looking to send one up the inside of Keegs, but he's a bit too far back. That was a bit ambitious, and Keegs on the curbs and round he goes. So Welshie will take the lead and Sooty's going to come up the inside. Keegs stays very wide to give Sooty the respect he deserves. And Keegs can't get back through, and I tell you what, look at Stealth Sloffer in P4 in the background. Good little drive from him as we see Swimfins now just exiting the pits. Phil has left the pits as well. There's Dean Wisocki running P8. Peaceful Explosion's dropped all the way down into 7th place, so what a nightmare he's had. Fastest in practice but cannot get it right here. DJ Phil running a good 6th with Monkey Boy currently 5th. Stealth Sloth is 4th. Can see Monkey Boy in his mirrors, but we'll also be able to see Keegs just in front of Sooty with sideways as we jumped on board with Keegs. Not sure what's happened, but Sooty all sideways and Keegs round the outside to avoid him. Not sure if Keegs gave him a bit of a tap there. Might have to get a word from Sooty in just a moment. But the Stealth Sloth becoming ever so interested here in MC Motorsport. Could get a double podium. Sooty is many people's favourite to win the title, I reckon, in the pro group. Who won't be happy that he's losing out to Keegs, and with Welshie in front doing him wonders in the Pro-Am. Got to try and get that pace as Welshie to try and beat Jamie Brazier. Very quick in the Pro-Am section. So let's see what can happen here. Just got to keep it clean for the final lap. He's round the chicane well there. What about Keegs? Yep, good from Keegs as well. Sooty coming under pressure from the Stealth Sloth, who probably runs a bit wider than he'd have liked there, and can see Monkey Boy gaining on him on the final lap of the race. DJ Phil is 6th. Coming through to start his last lap. He'll see Peaceful Explosion gaining on him. No, he won't, as Peaceful's rounding into the wall, and Dean Wilsocki will gain 7th place. Where's Phil? Coming to the final part of the chicane, and Phil looks like he will pass Peaceful, as Peaceful's only just got going. Yeah, Phil has passed Peaceful then. Peaceful will have damage to that car, no doubt, and Swimfin's currently bringing up the rear. Coming through the long right-hander, just a bit wider than he'd have liked, so no real gaps on front apart from the Stealth Sloth is catching Sooty, but Monkey Boy is catching Stealth Sloth. Looks like Sooty's had a problem, as that front bumper's dangling all over the place. So does Sooty have damage? And Stealth Sloth really closing in under braking, and spins round with the rear. Sooty's kept it going, and Monkey Boy will gain an extra place. Can Stealth Sloth get it going before DJ Phil gets round? I don't know. DJ Phil's coming, and where is Stealth Sloth? He's there, so DJ Phil looking to try and get 5th at the very end here. Probably pushing a bit hard was the Stealth Sloth. Goes defensive against DJ Phil. There's Dean Wisocki in the background. DJ Phil keeping it nice and tight there. Really gaining on the back of Stealth Sloth. Stealth Sloth weaving a bit. I don't know if he's struggling with a problem. But the battle out front. Keegs gaining on Welshie. Into the quick bit now. The Mercedes does have an upper hand over the Lamborghini, like in terms of through the corners. Lamborghini good in a straight line. Keegs said he didn't feel all there last night, and Welshie says he doesn't normally perform when the cameras are on him. Well, let me say, he's performing now. He's currently P1 on the track, and looks like he's going to fend off the little one. Here we go then, around the final part of the track. We'll jump on board with Welshie. We see the Stealth Sloth has been passed by DJ Phil, and normal Phil, that's going to good job there in 2 separate groups, so we're not going to get confused, is on the back of Dean. Slightly, Keegs catching under braking and really closes up through the chicane, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a win for Welshie with a flash of the lights. Keegs is going to come home and take 2nd, a flash of the lights from him as well. Sooty, oh, Monkey Boy losing it at the very end. Sooty's going to then take 3rd after the pressure from Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy will take 4th place here. So a good race for Monkey Boy, dropped back but then gained back up to P4. DJ Phil's going to take 5th place. So good race from him. Stealth Sloth will be good to throw it away on the last lap. He'll take 6th. Dean Wisocki's going to take 7th place, with Phil taking 8th. Peaceful Explosion, probably a race he'll want to put to bed. Oh, he's round at the final chicane again. Did so well in testing, and now he's just not got it quite right in the little fun race. Although if he's got damage, that's not going to help at all. So Peaceful Explosion's going to finish P9. And Swimfin's a bit far back at the moment. Let's have a chat with Sooty Apex. As we see Swimfin's coming to the back part of the lap, around the quick left-handers before he heads down to the chicane. Ah, Sooty.
Good evening.
Did you get tapped from Keegs? We saw you all sideways at one point.
Yeah, it was only a little tap, to be fair, for about halfway around the corner, and then put me into the barrier. But other than that, yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah. You managed to... Go on.
He said I lagged, apparently.
Yeah, you did lag a bit on my screen, but a bit before that.
Might have been a bit of lag. We've had a little giggle about it.
Happy with the testing you got in there through Spa?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good to be fair. I had a bit of time when we went back onto drives, but I lost it sort of halfway through the lap, so there is time to begin there. Yeah, it's been a good bit of testing.
Good start for you and Phil in terms of 2nd and 3rd in the testing, just behind Peaceful Explosion. Are you expecting a battle with the Mercedes all season?
I think so, yeah. I think the Mercedes is pretty strong. I think it's going to be very strong around Monza.
I'll tell you the one to watch out for. I don't know if you noticed, Gary and Little each have gone in the Porsche. That's
Yeah,
confirmed.
I've seen that.
That one is quick in a straight line. That might shock you a little bit when you see that. But best luck for the rest of the night, mate.
All right, cheers, Matt.
So as we head to Daytona Road Course, don't forget the night race, or one of two night races, should I say, for the season. So just bear with me for 2 seconds while I set this up, as it just take a little while. Let's see if we can get Dean in. Evening, Dean.
Good evening, Matthew.
You well?
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Coming at the end, managed to get a few laps on a drying track at the end there, and then managed to get 3 good race laps in. Did you feel you could? There's room for improvement around Spa?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
How's the car feeling?
It felt all right. It was just a bit confusing with the potential times. I don't know why. It was just a bit confusing.
Was it saying by any chance you were going to do a 1:44 or a 1:40s?
No, 2:05. Sorry.
Oh, right. Yeah, we've had that a bit when I've been on with the people as well. The potential's doesn't seem to be working properly.
No.
But other than that, car feel fine?
Yeah, car feels all right. Yeah.
Good. And obviously you confirmed Flatline Motorsport last night with yourself and Monkey Boy in the Acura.
Yeah.
Nice to get that decision made early, so you know you're not testing several cars throughout the course of the next couple of weeks before the season. You can just get the laps in under your belt in the Acura.
Yeah, then me and Monkey Boy can get grips to the car and see if we can do the same driving style.
Yeah, 100%. Ali, you're more than welcome to stay in the party, but obviously if you want to get back to Monkey Boy, that's fine. As we are away, Swimfins looks like he's the first one out the pit box here at the Daytona. Dean's still, so is Stelsloff's away, Aiden's away, Keeg's still stationary, Welsh is away. Now, I will say one thing about his pit lane: be careful at the end. It does tighten up, so don't go all guns blazing. We've seen a couple of cars around last night at the exit of the pits, and I think everybody is away. Keeg's still stationary, Dean's now away, created himself a bit of breathing space. Now, saying last night, Dean, before you was on, I think the likes of the Acura may struggle on the oval part of this track. The slipstream is going to be important for yourself. With the lack of top speed that the Mercedes and the Lamborghini have, the slipstream is going to be so important on the oval part of the track. Is the slipstream easy enough to stay in, and what advantage does it give you around here?
Depends how close you can get to see the other people that's in front on you. But like you said, with the Lamborghinis, like last night with Gary in the Porsche, you just got no chance with the Porsche with the Acura on this track.
The bonus the Acura has, though, is it's better on the brakes, and it seems to be better on the the infield here seems like it will be the better track for the Acura. But the minute you get onto the oval, do you reckon you're going to be a bit of a sitting duck?
Yeah. I think he's got to give that respect for other people behind you, and Lamborghinis then past.
Is it a case of letting them past on the race night, though? Obviously, you don't want to give your position away too much. It's obviously you've got to give and take, can't you? Try and keep in the slipstream in front, but as well as defend from behind. I suppose that's the hard thing when you're trying to defend from behind with a car that's so quick in a straight line.
Yeah.
You pretty much, I mean, look how long that you're on the oval part yourself. It's that long, and then you've got two parts of the oval. You are pretty much a sitting duck.
Yeah.
Do you feel that this section here that you're at now is going to be crucial to get absolutely perfect, so that you're quicker than the Lamborghini?
Yeah, you got to take that corner spot on. Like when I did the practice with you the other night, you got to brake not too early, just at the green marker.
Yeah.
Slow through the first one, then foot down on the last chicane.
100%. We see Keegs in the pits. This was the track he really struggled with last night, apparently, where he didn't feel comfortable. So let's just jump off of Dean for now, as Dean will probably be the last one on track to set a lap. I think Keegs is coming out the pits. He is indeed. In fact, Aidan looks like he will be the first one to complete a lap. So let's stay on board with Aidan then. Potentially looking at being DJ Phil's teammate. Oh, as he's lost it coming through the middle part of the oval. The chicane bit, if you like. Having a go in the Lamborghini. So who is the next car? Well, it's not Welshie. To be Sooty Apex. Let's see what Sooty can do through the middle section. And he's gone way too deep. And we'll just skip the whole thing and go through the oval. So who's just behind him? Well, it's not Phil. It's not Peaceful Explosion. It's not DJ Phil. It's not Swim Fins. It was Monkey Boy. So Monkey Boy and Stealth Sloth managed to get it right. Sooty drops it back into the pits then. So Aidan crosses the line and does a 2:27, but with his spin I don't think that's going to be a respectable time. Let's see what Monkey Boy can do. You see the Lamborghini, the difference in speed between Lamborghini and Acura here. Look at him really reel him in. And Stealth Sloth goes 1.5 seconds quicker then than Monkey Boy, who's lost it going into turn 1. Welshie's now gone quickest, 1.9 quicker than Peaceful Explosion. So Welshie, one of the lads to watch. See what sort of times he can get in his Lamborghini. DJ Phil currently sits in 5th. Phil's gone 2nd, 1.7 behind. Peaceful in 3rd now. So Dean Wasaki, where's he? What time's he going to set here? Is it going to be anywhere near Monkey Boys with a 1:53.4? Is it going to be better than DJ Phil? Crosses the line and goes better than DJ Phil. And only 2/10 off of his teammates, so not a bad lap time there for the Acura. Pretty similar lap times. So what can Dean get out the locker then, as Swimfins hasn't set a time yet and runs wide at turn 1. Keegs will be starting a lap as he comes round. If he does set a time, it's not a realistic one, because he would have crossed the line probably coming out the pit, so because the session was started it will set him a time. Not sure why it does that. But the Lamborghini 1-2 at the minute, with a Mercedes sitting 3rd, Lamborghini 4th, the Acura is a 5th and 6th, with a BMW 7th, Lamborghini 8th, and then Mercedes, Lamborghini and Porsche haven't set their time, as Keegs will start his first timed lap, where Sooty manages to not get that middle section right again. So struggling there is Sooty tonight with the looks of things. Aidan on the low ground, keeping out of Stealth Sloth's way. He might be on a bit of a slower lap, maybe made a mistake or two. But the Stealth Sloth then coming round and down the straight towards the next slight left hand bend. And the rain looks like it's starting to fall. Stealth Sloth improves by 3 attempts to go into 3rd at the moment. As well, she crosses the line just ahead of just behind Peaceful Explosion, who none of them to improve. Where's Phil? Is Phil going to get the 1.7 he needs to gain on Welshie? Gains 2 seconds, so not a lot. Monkey Boy still sits 5th. Dean Wasaki is going to be the next person to finish his lap. So Sooty not set a respectable lap time in the dry, and it is starting to rain as he's came back out the pits. So he's got to try now and get his time in the wet. What's Dean Wasaki going to set here as he cross line? Goes 1.3 quicker, so jumps ahead of his teammate and is currently 6/10 off a Peaceful Explosion, 2.5 off the leader. He's only a second. If you can find a second from somewhere, he'll gain the 2nd spot at the moment, as we see Keegs round at the same place where Sooty Apex keeps losing the car as well. So Keegs will set a time, but it's not going to be anything respectable, you wouldn't think, after his spin. Will it be able to beat Aidan or Swimfins? As Swimfins has done a time of 2:10, 20 seconds off the pace at the moment. Dean Wasaki now in the pits. So clearly feeling that the track's getting wetter and will want the the wet tyre. Is his Keegs going to drop down into the pit lane? Yeah, he does. Oh, and slides and loses it under the braking. Stealth Sloth is also in the pits. Where's Sooty Apex then? Coming around the final part of the oval. Is he feeling he's got to drop into the pit lane to get the wet tyre on? Keegs is now making a pit stop. Does Sooty drop in for the wet tyre? Or does he keep it going for an extra lap? Looks to me like he's going to keep it going, as there's the pit entry. There's pit road, as the Americans call it. And Sutty's gone past it, and he's going to cross the line and set a 2:12, so he's currently 2 seconds off the pace of Swimfins. As that's Dean Wasocki coming out the pits, and Sutty may regret not going into the pits for wet tyres. Yeah, Dean's coming out the pits. Monkey Boy is now in the pits. Keeg's now coming out as well, as Monkey Boy pulls out the pits. Welshie's just driven into the pits here. Someone's just crossed the line. Was that Aiden? Yeah, Aiden has just crossed the line. Oh, and span at turn 1.
Swimfins has just start pacing their Sutty.
Yeah, definitely is at the moment. Sutty will be kicking himself. He's not got a dry lap time in at the moment. So Dean now on the wets.
Bit cold yet, these tyres.
Is it difficult, while you're here, Dean, in the chat, is it difficult, the night race with the rain? Does it make it more difficult, or are you finding it's not really much different from the daytime?
I don't think it's no different, no, not really. I know it's obviously a bit cooler probably on track. Don't got the bit of it, so.
Yeah. But the rain not really affecting the track too much in the night compared to it would in the day.
No.
Nicely taken
not really.
Through the middle part of Dean there, who is just in front of Dean on track. Let's try and find out. It's Stealth Sloth who's currently on front of Dean on track. Is he going to come into the pits this time around? Now he's going to cross the line, and no improvement from him, so we may not see an improvement from people's times here. But good to get that wet weather testing underway. There's no improvement from Dean neither. So Keegs will be the next one to cross the line, and Keegs, you might see an improvement from Keegs here, as he's not set the best of time on the dry tyres. Now the rain's still falling here. Let's jump on board Keegs and see how difficult it actually is, as Keegs does improve and goes P9 at the moment ahead of Aiden and Sutty, just behind Swimfins. And Keegs, you see, struggling into turn 1. You see the shine off the floor where the rain is. Nice and smooth from Keegs here, easy peasy as he'd like to say, cruising along, probably playing the tunes. If we know Keegs, probably playing the tunes in his bedroom. At the minute out, it's Welshie setting the pace, 1.5 seconds quicker than Phil. And what people are describing it as a Lamborghini track, they reckon. But I'm telling you now, I think you've got to watch for the Porsche of Gary and Lidleach, as Dean was saying earlier, mighty on a straight.
100%.
Did a few laps off air last night with Craig and Lidleach, did me and Dean. Swimfins as well. And the Porsche was just mega in a straight line, wasn't it? Just absolutely mega.
It was gone.
Which was quite I think shocked Gary and Lidleach at first as well, which is why they've gone with that car.
Yeah. I'll just come off there.
So as we see then, Keegs coming into the chicane type part of the circuit. Welshie's gone into the pits.
I think you definitely need a tow on this track.
And Keegs currently sits 2.2 seconds up on his time, as we see Sutty bump his time up in front of Swimfins. The top 7 covered by 4.5 seconds, and Sutty, Swimfins, Keegs and Aiden not really set realistic times after that. Peaceful's in the pits, DJ Phil's in the pits, Swimfins in the pits as well. Now Keegs looks like he's going to be up here and may go in front of Swimfins and Sutty Apex as he's coming across the line. He goes into P8, 14 seconds up on his best time, and can only get better the drier it gets, but then decides to just miss turn 1 and go through the oval section. So where is Sutty? Coming around to finish another lap, and in fact, if you ask me, the rain looks like it's slowing. So are we through the rain? And we're just going to see if it'll dry up through the night now. Sutty goes 13 seconds quicker, so above Keegs, only 6.5 off the pace. Who's that just in front of him? That's Monkey Boy that's just in front of Sutty, wide at turn 1. Here's Phil coming through the middle part of the oval, the bit that separates the oval. So I'll wait for Phil to cross the line.
Oh dear.
Peaceful's the man setting the laps with 6 laps done so far. Welshie, Phil, Stealth Sloth, Dean Wisocki, Monkey Boy, DJ Phil Green and Aiden all on 5 laps apiece. Swinfin's on 3, Sutty and Keegs on 4. So as Phil's about to come and start his 6th lap, the rain has stopped, Dean?
Yeah.
Rain stopped.
The window wipers are still going, so now it's only spitting.
So a few spots then, says Dean. So the track may start to slowly dry. Stealth Sloth keeping out of Keegs' way. Is Keegs going to improve any here? Flash of the lights from both of them. Not sure what's going off there.
I think there's a puddle on that chicane.
Aiden's improved a bit. 19 seconds off the pace. As he's coming round turn 3, I do believe that is. Down towards the oval. No, it wasn't turn 3, apologies. Turn 5, I think. Down towards the part where you come onto the oval. Just eat gently on the throttle there. Keegs is in the pits. Welshie also still in the pit lane. There's another chance to check the laps. Phil, Stealth Sloth, Peaceful and Aiden all on 6 lap with Welshie on 5. Monkey Boy on 5. Dean Wisocki's also on 6. DJ Phil's on 5. Swinfin's, Keegs and Sutty all on 4. So Aiden's got himself onto 6 laps here as well, and he's getting them. These sessions, Dean, all about getting the laps under your belt.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, as we see,
the conditions.
We see Aiden just go across the grass there, so we want to try and improve on that next time round. He's got Phil just behind him. He's currently 9 seconds up on his lap time as well. Don't think he'd gain that much going across the grass, as he didn't seem to cut it at pace. Seemed to did slow down a bit. So this will put him in 10 seconds of the leaders. And the pace of that Lamborghini around this oval, but now it has stopped raining. No spots on my screen at all. And there's not a lot of spray coming off the back of that Lamborghini, so track clearly drying as Aiden goes 9 seconds quicker. Are we going to start to see lap times improving again? When do people put the dry tyre on? And the important thing, Dean, as well is, do they go hard tyre or soft tyre? I mean, I don't know what your personal preference is, but the option's there for the guys. Soft, you say?
Or maybe hard tyres, so they last a bit longer. Soft don't seem to last that long.
As Phil is coming past Aiden at the moment. Here's the Stealth Sloth coming up to the chicane. There's Peaceful Explosion, not seeing much of him in this session. Tell you what, that silver Mercedes with the blue on it looking absolutely lush in the dark.
I want to go for it. I want to put the hard tyres on.
Monkey Boy there. Dean Chain is changing to the hard. Looks a bit wet for me, but Dean's risking it. As Monkey Boy loses it coming out the chicane. Then something's coming around the first part of the track. So Tapex we saw just there then passing Monkey Boy. Dean's in the pits, so is Welshie, Keegs and Aiden. There's DJ Phil Green, not seeing much of him tonight neither. In his BMW, just going a bit slow there if you ask me. Not sure what that's all about. On the rev limiter a bit, so is he on the dry tyres? Has DJ Phil gone on the dry tyres first, as he looks like he's struggling for a bit of grip? So has DJ Phil gone on the dry tyres then? And that's why he seems to be struggling. We'll find out. Monkey Boy's also now in the pit lane as well. Where's Phil? He's coming around to complete his lap. We saw DJ Phil was 7 seconds down on his time as he's about to cross the line. Oh no, he's gone. He's dived into the pits as well then, it looks like, on the map. Yep, in the pits he goes. There's the graph. As Phil crosses the line, 1.2 seconds down. Where's Stealth Sloth? Currently sitting third is Stealth Sloth. So a good session for MC Motorsport here. 3 Lamborghinis lead the way, and MC Motorsport first and third. They'll really want this. They'll really want to make this look brilliant.
Right, I'm going to go.
Going forward, Dean's coming out the pits on the hard tyre with 12 minutes left. Hard takes a bit longer to warm up, so we'll see how Dean gets the heat into them tyres in just a moment. Stovsloff, is he up on his time? Nothing's came up, so I don't think he is. So let's have a look at. Let's jump on Dean. Well, nothing came up on Stovsloff. We'll keep it on the timing screen. Dean nice and steady out the pit lane. Now, how many people have gone on the dry? A fair few's been in the pits. Monkey Boy's also out now. So now, how many people are on dry tyres? Is Dean the first one to make the call? I don't think he was. DJ Phil, sorry, looked like he was. Keegs in the pits again. Swinfin's still in the pits. Welsh is still sat there as well. So while we just see Dean coming around, who's done the most laps? It's Phil on the most laps at the moment. Stovsloff, Peaceful, Dean Wasocki, Sooty, Apex, Monkey Boy, DJ Phil and Aiden all on 7 laps apiece. But it's Phil who's setting the
puddle there.
Most laps as Dean goes through a puddle and runs wide.
Kept it though. I think that might have been a wise decision.
Now we've lost someone from the order, I think. Yeah, not sure who we've lost. I didn't quite see who we'd lost. Second place is gone. Has my time from last night been beaten? Not sure, Jamie. Can't remember what you did set last night. I think we've lost Phil. Can't see Phil on the screen. So I think we've lost Phil. Phil's been disqualified, so he must have sped in the pits. He's going to leave the session and he'll be able to rejoin that, no problem. Michael Matthews, so Peaceful Explosion's gone on the soft tyre as well. So Dean on the hard, Michael Matthews on the soft. So Dean now running P4, MC Motorsport running 1-2. Phil should get back in the session and be able to settle that time, no problem. How is it out there, Dean? Too wet or?
No, it's fine.
So Dean coming around to the chicane section now. Welshie, Keegs, Aiden and Swinfin's all in the pits. In fact, as I say that, Swinfin's just leaves the pit now. Dean into turn 1 to start his first lap. So let's see where's Peaceful Explosion. Soft tyre time, he says, but he's off. That's not what you want to do on the soft tyre, mate. Where's Stovsloff? He's coming around to just complete a lap. So let's stay on board him just a second. And we'll get to Dean towards the end of the lap. So Stovsloff coming around now. Jamie Brace did a 146.9. Well, at the minute we've got a 149.8. As we've got Phil back in the session.
I hit that puddle again.
Stovsloff coming around now. Can he get any better? Any improvement on his time will be brilliant. Can he set it sooner rather than later? Still 8.5 minutes remaining. He's down on his time there. So where's Sooty Apex? He'll be the next one to actually set a time. So let's stay on board Sooty. Let us see what Sooty can do. Who's behind Sooty with Keeg still in the pits as well? Not quite sure who's behind Sooty. We can't quite see that far back. As we've lost Peaceful from the session, so not sure where Peaceful's gone. Hopefully we can get him back as well. Sooty crosses the line and no improvement from him, but he currently sits P4. We've lost Peaceful as Dean currently sits P3. Now let's watch Dean. So do we get back to him? There's Swinfin's just in front of Dean. Is Dean up on his time at all? We'll see as he's crossing the line. Peaceful's back in. Dean says no, so he's not up on his time. It's a time to be gained, I reckon. But currently sitting P3 because we lost Peaceful and we lost Phil. So Dean respectively is still technically P5. Zaluki, hi. Good evening to you. Michael Matthews says fat finger trouble, so I wonder if he's meant to press return to pit and he hasn't. Where's Monkey Boy on track? Just coming onto the oval now. Oh, and he's just made a mistake. I wonder if he's caught that puddle that you would hit. Where's DJ Phil? He's just coming down towards the oval where Monkey Boy has span. As Monkey Boy rejoins now, DJ Phil's had the same problem. So this puddle then clearly catching people out. Dean's heading down there now. Does Dean get through all right? Dean takes it like a pro. Wouldn't expect anything different, Dean, would we?
No.
Where's Aiden on track? He's coming down to where the other guys had spanned, so Swimfins. So let's see if these guys can get through this section okay. Swimfin's a bit deep on the brakes, and Aiden looks like he's took that well there. Aiden and Swimfin still 10 and 20 seconds off the leader's time respectively. Keegan in the chat says Dean is a pro. There you go, Dean. Looks like you got a bit of a fan. Nice. As Aiden passes Swimfins.
Oh dear. Don't want to be doing that now.
So here comes Aiden. We hear somebody's revs rise. Not sure who that's off towards this middle sector between the oval. Is that you, Dean, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, and we see Aiden cut that massively there. So not what Aiden wants as he goes past Dean Wasaki. Will Swimfins be able to get past him? Let's see if Aiden's up on his time here. Really improving his Aiden. You see him getting better all the time. And crosses the line, 10 seconds down on his time. We know Dean didn't improve. What about Swimfins? Does he improve? No, he's 6 seconds down. So Peaceful and Phil will have the work cut out to do it all again. Here's DJ Phil Green. Not seeing much of him tonight. Looks like he's enjoying that BMW. I know you said you enjoyed the BMW at the start of testing, Dean, before we went live, and obviously fell in love with the Acura. DJ Phil looks like he's. Yeah. Would you say the BMW is a bit quicker in the straight line, or would you say they're pretty much similar?
I'd say the BM is just a little bit quicker in a straight line.
So the BM better on the power then, with the sounds of it, but the Acura looks like it's made for the tighter circuits. So what can DJ Phil do here? Comes in mid-oval. He's got Monkey Boy just sat behind him, the Flatline Motorsport teammate of Dean Wasaki. Peaceful's in the pits, so is that back onto the soft tyre? DJ Phil 1 minute 54 down on his time, so clearly has had a mistake or came out the pits at some point this evening. So let's go on to Monkey Boy then, with DJ Phil so far down on his time. Let's go on to Monkey Boy, who sits 5th at the moment. He is a second, 1.1 off of his teammate Dean Wasaki in terms of best lap. Can Monkey Boy find anything here, as he's going to cross the line any minute now? And he's 4 seconds down on his time there, so no improvement from him. Sutty's coming into pits. There's Aiden. Where's Phil on track? Phil's just crossed the line, so he's now gone P10, 42 seconds off the pace, but he'll have to get his tyres back up to temperature, and we know Phil's quick, as we see Welshie back out on track, who's done the most laps. Monkey Boy and the Stealth Sloth have done the most laps at the moment, with DJ Phil and Dean Wasaki on 10. Aiden on 9. We know Phil would have been on the most laps, but obviously disconnecting means he's lost tyres. I cannot remember what he was on before. Jamie Brazier says to Keegs, don't do what you did last night in the race. For those who wasn't here last night and didn't get to see what happened to Keegs, he started off the line on the pole and just outbroke himself into turn 1. We see the current pace setter Welshie back on track with 3 minutes remaining. He's got Peaceful Explosion just behind him, and we're looking at Welshie here really trying to set some pace. 16 seconds down currently on his time. No, we jumped to Dean. He's a second and a half down, so he's not making much up here. What about Sutty Apex? Anyway. Coming around towards Sector 1. We hear somebody off behind Sutty, not sure who that is. So what can Sutty Apex do? As he comes round. Turn 5 down towards the sector time before coming onto the oval. Currently 15 seconds down on his time. Stealth Sloth in second. What's he going to do as he comes through sector 1? He's 5.9 down on his time. Where's Aiden? Aiden as well's coming around sector 1, so let's see if he's up or down on it. You got on for Bruno last night, Dean. Oh, as we see Phil, actually, sorry, before I get to that. Phil has gone quick, he said, 3/10 quicker than Welshie. And Peaceful's managed to get a timing, but only good enough for 10th. I was saying, Dean, you managed to get on for Bruno last night, and you'll be obviously here for Bruno again. Fog with rain into fog was quite tricky. Puddles forming on the last corner, especially. For the guys that didn't get the chance to do it last night, what tips can you give them?
Slow down at the last corner to that puddle. If you go through that puddle too fast, it's just going to spin you right round.
So there we go, then you've been warned.
Just bear with the weather.
Aidan Bennett taking that chicane a bit better this time, but it's still 6.7 down this lap as we just jump on board Dean Wasaki, who's round. Welshie then has just come through sector 1. Let's jump on board Peaceful Explosion actually. Let's go on board him in the cockpit.
I should have enough time for another lap.
Oh, Welshie getting the chicane mid-oval all wrong. Peaceful nailing that, and he's 18.8 seconds up on his time. So I tell you what, this could be a lap that chucks Peaceful towards the front of the pack, pushing the both MC Motorsport guys, or pushing one of them off the top 3. Very good lap here from Peaceful. Is he going to gain any more coming around the final part of the track? He will get one more lap in. Crosses the line 19.4 seconds quicker as Phil has gone even faster as well. He's done a 1:48.3, so heck of a lap time that from Phil. And Peaceful's currently gone second then. Stealth Sloth in the pits will not get another lap time in. Neither will Keegs then.
And not either.
Stealth Sloth has done the most laps. So let's see who's on track. Swimfins is coming round to finish his session. And no improvement from Swimfins. Where's Aiden on track? Someone else is just about to cross the line, in fact. It's not Aiden. It's not Monkey Boy. It's not DJ Phil. Not sure who's just finished, but Sutty's coming around now. So does Sutty have any pace to try and jump Dean Wasaki, Stealth Sloth and Welshie? Get closer to his teammate Phil. Let's see. Crosses the line and does go to P4. So improves over Dean Wasaki and improves over Stealth Sloth. Can Phil get even further out in front here? Let's see. Phil 7 attempts down and looks like he's backed out of it. So what can Monkey Boy do? Down in 9th at the moment. Aiden's gone 6th. So good time from Aiden, knocking Dean down to 7th. Monkey Boy down in 9th at the moment. What time can he sort of set? As Monkey Boy crosses the line and no improvement from him. Who's on a time then? Peaceful's going to cross the line now. And we'll see if he goes any quicker in just a second. He did go quicker, 0.4 of a second quicker. So Peaceful tops the time in the second session again with Phil in second. Welshie in third, Sutty 4th with the Stealth Sloth 5th. Aiden in 6th, Seb just beating Dean at the final lap. DJ Phil in 9th and Monkey Boy 10th. Keegs 11th and Keegs 10th and Swimfins 11th. So we're back to the random grid again. So as we just wait all the drivers to ready up. Swimfin starts on pole alongside Dean Wasocki. Don't forget this race is a rolling start. It will be the only race to be a rolling start. So it's Swimfins from Dean Wasocki, Welshie, Keegs, Delph Sloth, Aiden, Sutty, Monkey Boy, Peaceful, DJ Phil and Phil. So the two Phils on the back row of the grid. And it's green here at Daytona Road Course and we're away. And Swimfins and Dean just kind of leaning on each other there. Welshie looks like he's trying to come through. And he's doing so and catches Swimfins, who's hit Aiden and is rolling at turn 1. And Swimfins on his roof. Welshie looked like he cut him up a bit there. Aiden's in the wall. Swimfins was in the middle of a Lamborghini sandwich there. And that's allowed Dean Wasocki to get away on lap 1. Unharmed at the moment. But it looks like Welshie just come across Swimfins here a bit too much and tapped him into Aiden, and that's what sent him flipping. So we'll see what damage Aiden has. Swimfins will have major damage, but Dean from Welshie. Keegs is up to 3rd, so is it going to be a battle of the Welshers in the track again? Phil currently sits 4th with... No, Dean's had it. Where's Swimfins is 1st? And he's down to 3rd now. I think Swimfins may have taken the oval route, which will put him a lap down. So Dean from Welshie, Keegs, Phil. Aiden in 5th. Who's just past Swimfins, yeah, he's on the oval bit. Look at the state of that car, that's going to need a pit. Monkey Boy 7th with Peaceful 8th. Must have made a mistake somewhere. DJ Phil's now 8th, Peaceful's 9th, for Sutty's 10th. We've lost Keegs. No, we've not lost. Who have we lost from the race? I think someone's retired from the race. Can't quite see who that is as Sutty has to take a high line. DJ Phil rejoins, but it's touching Peaceful Explosion there. And there's a sign all over the place. That's Dean Wasocki rejoining with Welshie. So has Welshie been caught up in another incident? Peaceful's round at the chicane, but that's allowed Keegs up into the lead, and 3.5 seconds clear of Phil. Then at the moment we have lost a racer from the grid. Must have retired or not readied up. It's the Stealth Sloth we've lost. But Keegs well out in front from Aiden, who's up into 2nd. In what is only his 2nd test session of the night. He's already up into P2 in the race, so good start from him after a first lap incident. Phil down in 3rd place, with Monkey Boy up to 4th now, and Dean Wasocki 5th. Sutty's in 6th ahead of Welshie then. DJ Phil in the pit, so clearly has damage on that car. Swimfins, Peaceful's 9th, he's crossing the line, and where's Swimfins? Not pitting, staying out in P10. Lap down because he cut half the track, so he's a lap down. But it's Keegs out in front at the moment then. Really, says he struggled here last night, but he's driving a fantastic race at the minute. Aiden 5.5 seconds off of him. He's doing well as well. What is his 2nd outing? Only got the game tonight, and it's only his 2nd outing. He's already running P2, so let's see what he's capable of. Phil running 3rd, just dropping off the back of Aiden, and Monkey Boy trying to keep pace with the car in front. But it's going to be hard. The only battle on track is this one with Sutty Apex looking to try and get past Dean Wasocki, as that Lamborghini with the slipstream is just too quick. But Dean's gone defensive and it's going to make Sutty go the longer way around. And we know Sutty loves to send it, but that's going to be brave from round there. Oh, and Dean turns in on Sutty Apex, who was up his inside, and they both go round. Welshie's going to gain 2 places. He's only gained the 1 as Sutty's managed to keep it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Just through the chicane, and Dean turns in on Sutty. DJ Phil still in the pits with big damage. Dean's now down to 7th place with Peaceful in 8th. DJ Phil has just left the pits. Swimfins is a lap down. We've lost Stealth Sloth from this race. Keegs, I thought he'd made a mistake there as he just looked ever so slow coming through turn 1. But he's not, he's just getting round it. But look at Monkey Boy, he's managed to pass Phil somewhere and has got himself up into 2nd place as he's passed Aiden. Phil's also passed Aiden, so not sure what's happened there. But Monkey Boy, who wasn't really close to the back of these two, now finds himself in P2 at the moment. And running well. Sutty's in the pits. Dean and Peaceful gain on Sutty then. Sutty with that bad rear wing damage. That'll probably take a while to repair as well, as we are on the 3rd and final lap. Can Monkey Boy hold off for a P2? He's got Phil all over the back of him. As Phil's looking to Sutty send one and just taps the rear of Monkey Boy there, did he? Monkey Boy got it stopped beautifully on the apex of the corner. Sutty still in the pits. This pit stop seems like it's taking forever. Where's Keegs on track? He's just coming down towards the split in the oval. So keep an eye on this battle, as Phil's Lamborghini, I'd have thought, would have caught Monkey Boy in the Acura a lot quicker than that on the oval part of the circuit, but hasn't caught it as quick as I thought. So good driving this from Monkey Boy as we jump back onto Keegs now. He was in a bit of a tiz last night, couldn't get the circuit right, and he's already flashing his lights. That may be a bit of overconfidence, because what happens if he spun from here? That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Keeps flashing the lights slowly, and he looks like he's going to take the win, and does. Monkey Boy's going to hold on for a very good second here. Rightly so, you're flashing the lights. I'm sure you'll be chuffed with that. Phil's going to take third. Aiden with a good fourth place. Walsh looks like he's going to come home with fifth. A few first lap incidents maybe that he's going to have to look at. We didn't see the one where him and Dean were rejoining, but we saw him just cut swim fins up a bit. Sutty retired from the race. Dean's going to take sixth after his incident with Sutty as well. Peaceful Explosion, another disappointing race after being quickest in testing. Another disappointing race for him, and he's going to drop to P7. Swimfin's already finished a lap down, and DJ Phil has as well finished a lap down, so not the race that they'd have wanted. So for Peaceful Explosion then, he's struggling in the races. But Keegs takes the win, so it's all going the way of the Welsh household here. 2 wins out of 2. Keegs for Monkey Boy with Phil third. Aiden fourth, good result for him. Not far off the pace neither, so quickly getting to grips with this. Welchie fifth, Dean Wasocki sixth, Peaceful seventh. DJ Phil eighth, Swimfin's ninth, Sutty 10th, retired from the race, and Stowsloff 11th, retired on lap 1. Unfortunate that, obviously Dean caught up in 2 events there.
Yeah, the Sutty when I touched the curb and it took me to where Sutty were.
What happened with the Welshie one?
He just went into straight back on me on that chicane.
So we're going to Bruno now, which will be back in the daytime. So I'm sure everybody will be happy about that.
If you're listening, Sutty, sorry pal.
We go to 2 o'clock, so the weather slots is fog with rain to fog. So should be very interesting to see how the drivers who's not raced get on here. Looks like everybody's staying in the same car. So let's go again. So Bruno, a tricky up and downhill track with a lot of tight corners, Dean, and in the fog just makes it even worse.
Yeah, it does, yeah. You've really got to be looking at your map. If you've got your map on your screen, it's best to just keep checking it before you get to your corners. Is
that for what you do for learning, obviously, the track?
Yeah. Just try and study it as best you can.
Jamie Brazy says that he absolutely loves this track, as you could probably tell from last night. He did seem quite quick round here last night, Jamie. So Peaceful is looking to make it a hat-trick of first places. So let's see what he can do. Let's try and get Peaceful in for a quick chat. See what he says. As we see, Dean Wasocki is just coming out on track. Peaceful's also out. Stowsloff out. Aiden's out. Keek still sat there. Welsh is still sat there. Phil's coming out now. Sutty coming out. Monkey Boy's out. Swimfizz is coming out. DJ Phil still sat there. And Peaceful's pulled onto the grass. That might be because he's joining us. As here he is. Yeah. Peaceful, quickest in the first 2 practice sessions, but the little fun races haven't really gone your way.
I would need to ask you about this. It's the tyres. it puts you on. When I do the fastest times, I'm on soft tyres, but when it starts the race, I'm on hard tyres.
Ah, right, okay.
So it's all well. You can get used to him in the race, but you're running 1 minute on soft and immediately onto hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's where my issues are. So when I'm trying to put my throttle down, it's just not there. It's just spinning up.
Just the difference between the two tyre.
Yeah.
We're looking.
It brings a question to the championship, if that's possible. Can you choose what tyre you start on?
Well, we'll talk about it after the session. We'll speak more in depth about it after. Looking to make it a hat-trick. Jamie Brazier took a hat-trick of practice at quickest times. Are you looking to make a hat-trick here in the fog?
Yeah, why not? You've got to go for it, yeah. I'm clearly not going to do the same as Jamie and do as well in the races, but yeah, I'll go for the times. I've done literally 3 laps, I think, 2 or 3 laps around this track, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like in this weather, but I'll go for it. Yeah,
indeed it will. Fog with rain into fog. That it's not going to dry quickly, is it?
No, I can't see it being dry at all. I don't think we'll be getting softs on this, to be honest.
I think last night, we were starting to get a dry line, apart from the last corner. It was very, very big puddle on the last corner towards the end of the race last night, end of the practice session last night. But
I noticed that on the stream. You could see up from your camera, the wide TV camera angles, you could see the puddle goes all the way across that last corner. So I sort of noted that. I don't know where any others are, but I clocked that one.
You got that one at least.
I'll find them.
Yeah. We'll keep you in for a moment so you can get your laps in a second. He's come around the final corner. Everybody just starting the first laps. DJ Phil still sat in the pits, as is Keegs. First one over the line. Who's the first one over the line? Welshie, the last one out. Phil's third on track. Sutty's the first man out. So let's see what lap time Sutty's going to sort of put in here. The Mercedes seems to be able to keep up with the Lamborghini in terms of pace in a straight line. Peaceful, unlike the Acura. So you must be chuffed with that Daytona lap time.
Yeah, definitely. Before I had fat finger trouble and I quit instead of going back to the pits. I was pretty quick. I think I've got more in it, especially if you've got a toe. I find this Merc is really good with a toe. On Spa, you could tell on the after you've come up Radion, the speed I was gaining on cars was superb. So it'll be interesting to see that.
I tell you, another one that looked good in the slipstream was Monkey Boy at the top of Radion. Seemed to get a good slipstream behind Welsh in the Acura. So maybe in the toe, the Acura's not so bad, but obviously just lacks that top speed out the toe, whereas the Merc has that bit more to give.
Yeah, possibly. Like I say, it's definitely good in the toe. I was just unfortunate in the wet I was alright, but when it started drying out at Daytona, I really struggled I couldn't get behind anyone and stay there to maximise that. But
well, that's what I was going to ask you next, actually. What's the Mercedes like in the wet?
It's not too bad. The SLS I find was a bit better because it was heavier.
Yeah.
So it heated up its tyres a lot quicker. But no, I've got used to this. It's not a bad car. You've just got to treat it with a bit of respect. If you slam your foot down, you up like that, you're as good as gone.
I said to Dean earlier, Dean obviously getting the Acura picked with Monkey Boy early. We're still 2 weeks before the season starts. You've done the same with Kieran in the Mercedes. Now that you just sort of are up one car and you're not jumping between cars to choose from, that's going to help you out even more as we're getting towards the season. Yeah,
definitely. That was the hardest bit. I've not used any, other than the Porsche in the league that shall not be named. I've never used any other GT3 car, so I didn't know what any of them handled. So trying to go through, how many is there? 13 cars?
I think there's like 15 different manufacturers or something like that, or 15 different car choices.
There's so many that can fit your driving style, but it's finding one that you can pick up pretty quickly and then hone. And the Merc I found was pretty good for that.
As we see, Sutty's currently on pole, or quickest at the minute, with a 2-minute 14.2, with Monkey Boy 3 seconds off the pace. Dean Wisoki's currently third, 3.8 off the pace. So similar times again between the two Acuras. Phil sits fourth with Peaceful in fifth. No lap times from the other cars at the moment, but Peaceful currently 2/10 up on his lap time. Here's a car coming towards the end of his lap. Stealth Sloth nearly there. It is Welsh's. Let's just jump on board with Welsh a second. See if he can gain any time down the start-finish straight. And does so, moves himself into P2, 1.2 off of Sutty's time. What about Stealth Sloth, his teammate? The MC Motorsport guys in the Pro-Am group looking quick as Stealth Sloth just begins his lap. DJ Phil's now out the pits. Who's next on track? Is it Sutty again to come round? No. It's not Aiden neither, but he's up on his time. It is Swimfins who seems to have just caught the tyres there, so all the tyres are across the road. As he comes through, that puddle starting to form on the last corner. Swimfins is going to cross the line now, and down the straight he comes and goes 7th, 1:08 off the pace. So obviously not a proper respectable lap time from Swimfins there. He'll have to go again. We see Dean Wisoki off the track and in the tyre wall there, so that may be a pit stop.
2 seconds.
As Sutty's about to cross the line. I think we've just lost Dean, but he's still sat in the tyre wall. Sutty, no improvement from him. So what about Monkey Boy here with Phil just behind? Is Monkey Boy going to improve any? He does. He goes 2 seconds quicker, and he's only 9/10 off of Sutty. But then Phil goes even faster than that, and he's 1.2 ahead of Sutty. Peaceful Explosion will be the next one to finish.
Oh, not me. I'm doing a few pirouettes at the moment.
No lap time from him as he span. Did you see the stream last night then?
Yeah, I saw bits of it. I had to have it muted because we were doing other stuff. But yeah, I managed to try and keep an eye on the times to give me a rough idea. So I think it was it 2:09 the top time last night?
Oh, I can't remember.
Jamie. So
Jamie's in the chat. I'm sure Jamie will be able to tell us. Did you see the race where the Gary and Little each pirouetted together on the second corner? That was absolutely brilliant. Both in the Porsche and just decided to script it.
I don't do that to my teammate in any of the races, but you never know, dear.
Hoping that the Porsche does it to themselves and you can gain a few places.
Yeah,
especially with Gary.
nice.
We know how quick Gary can be.
Yeah, I think he just needs to hone in a little bit, doesn't he? He's not used to the tracks and the car, so. But I'm sure he'll pick it up quicker than most.
So Dean's still in the tyre wall, not currently there at the moment. Surprised he's not took that back in the pits for repairs. As Welshie crosses the line and there's no improvement from him. Stealth Sloth has gone 5th, knocking Dean and Peaceful down a place or two again. Aiden Span, where's DJ Phil? Not set a lap time yet. Swimfins is coming up to the line. Keeg's still not out on track yet. That does surprise me, but I'll have to wait and see. Not sure who's about to cross the line, but let's keep an eye on Swimfins then. As someone crosses the line now. Didn't see any changes on the times. Swimfins then coming around that final corner. Can he improve on his 3:23? Currently 1:10 off the pace. And goes 49 seconds quicker. Jamie Brazy says he did a 2:01 or something like that.
Oh wow. Be interesting to see what we can get to then.
So
I suppose, yeah, if it was drives out a bit, should be quite possible. I think there's like anywhere between a 6 and 10 second difference, I've noticed.
Yeah. How much is the fog? This is kind of a question for both of you. Peaceful, obviously, you've got a few more laps in on this track. How much is the fog an issue here?
No, I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. I can see the track ahead clear enough. I've not really been near other cars, to be honest, to know if I can't see them as clearly, but no, I can see enough ahead to know what I'm doing.
Better than the heavy fog last Wednesday at the Nürburgring, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure it's a lot better for you commentating.
Oh, 100%. As we see Swimfins. Oh, that was in the race, apparently. That was in the race in sunny conditions. Practice, it was a 2:08.
Right.
So in the nice dry, no fog conditions and the sun around Czech Republic, it was a 2-minute 1, 2-minute 8 in the practice session. Swinfin's actually up on his time and he's just gone wide into the gravel there. Hopefully he can dig it out and get back on track quickly. And he has done well there, as that is Monkey Boy who's going to come around the outside. Tuck up the inside now and go past him, and Swinfin's gives him the room to get through. So Swinfin's coming down to sector 2. Let's see if he's still up on his time. Aiden, DJ Phil haven't set a time. Keeks hasn't even come out of the pits yet. Monkey Boy running P4 for Welshie in 3rd place, so he's improved on his time again. Stovsloff 5th in 6th, Peaceful 7th, and Swinfin's in 8th. So we won't jump to Monkey Boy even though he's just in front. Is that still Dean in the tyre barrier? There's still a car to the left hand side. Dean, you still off? Oh, Peaceful's Swinfin's is down. So yeah, Dean's still in the wall.
And Dean's nipped away.
Jamie says he did do it on the dry tyre at the end of the practice session, so
interesting to know.
Monkey Boy then in the Acora. Car that handles well in the wet. And that puddle looks bigger and bigger every time we see it. And he's going to come down the start line now, and does he improve? No, 2 tenths down on his time. Still Sloth halfway through his lap. Dean Wasoki's still sat there. Peaceful coming to the back end of his lap. DJ Phil's gone 8th. Aiden's gone 9th. Keeg's still not done a lap time. Where's Welshie? It's Sutty who's about to finish. Welshie halfway through a lap. So let's see what Sutty can do here then. Any improvement in gain on his teammate? He goes 7 tenths quicker, and he's still 7 tenths behind Phil, his teammate. So Peaceful Explosion with the next one to do a lap. Let's see what he can do.
Still off.
So up to P3, 1.5 seconds behind the 2 Lamborghinis then. Where is Welshie's the next car to do a lap time? I think Dean, you got going? You back? No, you're still in the tyre wall. So Welshie the next man to cross the line then. Can he improve? Needs 6 tenths to get in front of Peaceful to make the Lamborghini 1, 2, 3. As Dean's back now then.
Yep.
17 minutes remain. I think the rain stopped, Peaceful?
No, it's still raining a bit.
So still raining a bit then, and Welshie cannot improve on his time. Where's the Stove Sloth? He's coming round now. In fact, looks for things, he's coming into the pits. DJ Phil will be the next car to finish. Dean's now in the pit lane. What can DJ Phil Green, can he improve? And he does improve. 3.5 seconds his improvement was there. So a good lap time from DJ Phil. Pulls him 16 seconds off the pace. Swinfin's then will be the next one to finish. Aiden's had another spin. Just can't seem to get it in these practice sessions at the minute. Look quick in the race around Daytona, but just can't get it here in the fog and rain of Bruno. And Swinfin's round the final corner now. He's going to hit that massive puddle that doesn't look as big in one place. Looks more as if it's spread out across the track, and goes 8 seconds quicker, so goes in front of DJ Phil. Swinfin's only 12 seconds off the pace, so good time that from Swinfin's. Aiden's going to he span again towards the end of the track. That's Monkey Boy who's on a lap with Phil just behind him. Who's that about to finish a lap here?
That puddle doesn't seem too bad out the last corner if you spot it and you're careful, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought that. It looks like it's more like gapped in between. It was Peaceful who crossed the line, and Phil's gone even quicker. Sutty's improved as well. The gap between Phil and Peaceful wasn't 2 seconds last time round. It is now. So Phil obviously loves driving in conditions where it's hard to see. And the 2 Lamborghinis for Run Flat Racing, Run Flat Motorsport, whichever one of the 2 it is. Well, Flatline Racing or Flatline Motorsport is going to get confusing over the season. Brilliant. Just what commentators love. At least we've got liveries to tell them apart.
Yeah.
Commentated on a league that will not be mentioned previously, and before they actually got confirmed liveries in, You could have had 4 or 5 cars of the same livery, and it was utter chaos.
Yeah.
Jamie Brazier, just a few tips for the drivers out there. If you stick on the inside line on the last corner, it's a lot better. Puddle looks a bit different tonight though, Jamie, so maybe that's the case. Maybe some drivers will take that advice, maybe some won't. Who's coming to finish their laps now then? It is Welshie behind. I can't see who that is. That's Isn't Akora of Dean Wasocki starting his lap time. Welshie then doesn't improve at all there. As we try and find the next car to complete a lap. It is DJ Phil, but he's in the gravel. So the next car that will do a lap is Phil. And the Monkey Boy's behind Phil. So let's see what Phil can do. He's improving and improving as the track conditions are obviously getting a bit better. Phil crosses the line and finds another 3/10 from somewhere. Monkey Boy can't find any more time. So who's next to cross the line? Will be Phil's teammate Sooty Apex. Needs 0.8 of a second here, does Sooty. Phil's gone even better, done a 2:11.5, and with the track getting better. Oh, Sooty all kinds of wide and over the grass at the final corner. Not what he'd have wanted at all. Crosses the line 5 seconds down. What can Swimfins do from this position? Any time has he improved? No, he's 3 seconds down. Peaceful, the next guy to cross the line. 13 minutes remain on the clock. Says he's down, you hear there. Down by 0.7 of a second. Stove Sloth will then cross the line next. Needs a second to go ahead of Monkey Boy. Just come out of the pits that lap, so he's down. Dean's halfway through his lap. That's Aiden who will be the next one to finish. The spray looks less on the back of Aiden's car there. So maybe starting to dry. Rain stop now? Can't see any on my screen.
Yeah.
So the rain stopped. Aiden through the puddle at the final corner, and let's see what lap time he's going to do. 25 seconds off the pace. Crosses the line, must be starting a new time as he hasn't improved this. The next car to cross line will be Dean. Chucking it through the corners there. Nice and easy on the power, and really gets his foot down now as he heads uphill towards the final chicane. Gets it turned in. Someone's took the tyre wall out, so you ain't got to worry about the tyre wall, and Dean loses the car and clips the wall then. Currently 3.3 off of his teammate is Dean, so he'll want to try and up the pace a bit and get on the back of that as Phil will cross the line next. Dean is in the pits with just under 12 minutes remaining.
Coming on hard tyre.
Here comes Phil. You're going on the dry tyre, you're just spanning the wet. On the wet tyre, is that wise?
I tipped the curb.
And Phil has gone even quicker, 1.1 quicker than his teammate. Really on it is Phil now. Monkey Boy's going to cross the line here. I think it's too wet for the dries. Dean's a braver man than I would be. Sooty then. So Monkey Boy didn't improve. What's Sooty going to do here? Any improvement from him at all? He comes around the final corner. He's now 2 seconds off his teammate, who's really setting the timing screens alight. Sooty goes 0.8 quicker, but it's only good enough to be 1.2 off his teammate. We just joined Peaceful as he's pirouetting uphill.
Again.
Yep. So we jump onto Stove Soft now, coming around the final corner. He's got Swimfins just behind him. Swimfins currently quicker than DJ Phil and Aiden. What is Stove Soft got to do? He's going to go 1.7 quicker and move up to 4th. Swimfins 6 seconds down on his time. Who's the next one to cross the line? I think it is Peaceful, but we know there will be no improvement here as we saw him spinning around. 19 seconds off the pace. Next car to cross the line will be Aiden, so let's see him uphill towards the final 2 corners. Obviously only got the game tonight, so he's got room for improvement and got time to improve before the league starts. The one to watch around here though clearly looks to be Phil, as he's really on it. 10 minutes remaining, still a lot of spray off these cars, so clearly not the best weather for the dry tyres. Aiden comes down now and crosses the line, goes 2.5 quicker. So an improvement from Aiden there. Welshie then, what can he do? Into the final 2 corners, nice and easy. Those guys that tested last night should have a bit of an upper hand around here in these conditions than the guys that's testing for the first time tonight. And down the straight, well, she goes. No improvement from him. Who's just in front of Monkey Boy? Well, Dean's behind Monkey Boy, so I'm not sure who's in front. Is it Phil again? It is Phil. So is he going to improve even more here as he crosses the line? No improvement this time, just a 10th down on his best lap. Monkey Boy then, as the spray seems to get less and less through the final corner. His teammate behind him not looking too quick at the minute, maybe struggling on the dry tyre. Monkey Boy goes 2.4 quicker, but is still 2.3 off the leaders. So where is Sooty Apex? Coming around the last corner, looks like he's just rejoined, so looks like he made a mistake somewhere. Not the best lap from Sooty then. No, 4 seconds down. Stealth Sloth will do the next lap time. Just under 9 minutes remaining.
Finger slipped off at Anna.
And Stealth Sloth has ran a bit wide coming into the second to last corner. Round the final bend he comes now, and down the straight we go. What sort of lap time is this going to be here? 2.8 down. So not where he wants to be. Peaceful Explosion, the next car up. Oh, wide at the last corner through the puddle. Swimfins then the man to follow him round. Bit of damage on the front of that Porsche, and he again, he's wide as well, exactly the same as what Peaceful Explosion did. DJ Phil just being overtaken by Normal Phil. Swimfins in the pits. Keegs not set a lap time yet here. Aiden will do the next lap time, so he's up previously. What's he going to do here? It might start drying up now, says Jamie Brazier. Or Dean, you'll know if it does start to dry up because Dean is the first man on the dry tyre. But based off that last corner, he's going to lose a lot of tyre temperature going through that puddle. Aidan Bennett then 14 seconds up on his time and goes in front of DJ Phil and Swimfins, and he's only 1.3 behind Dean Wysocki. Who's crossing the line now? It's Welshie. Is he up on his time here? He is 2.9 up on his time and goes 1.6 off the leader. Just 4 tenths behind Sooty then. What can DJ Phil do? Can he find any improvement anywhere? Look at Phil tucking into the slipstream just behind DJ Phil. So no improvement for DJ Phil, excuse me. Phil was 3 tenths down. Dean Wysocki's going to cross the line now. Any improvement for him? Yeah, 1.2 improvement for Dean Wysocki. Goes up to 7th. Can't stay 7th. Currently 2.4 off of Stealth Sloth. Monkey Boy's gone into the pits. Was Monkey Boy coming for the dry tyre? Is Keegs eating another Chinese curry? He was last night when he was in the pit lane, that's for sure. Where's Sooty? He's just crossed the line. No improvement from him. Well, she's just on the beginning of a lap. Peaceful Explosion. He's not just finishing yet, neither's Aiden nor Swimfins.
I have to visit the pits myself.
To be the Stealth Sloth. Are you on the dry tyre then, Peaceful?
I think so.
Stealth Sloth goes 2 tenths quicker, so pulls away from Dean Wysocki a little bit. So Peaceful on an out lap then.
No, I'm not yet. I'm just going to pit in this lap.
Oh, you're pitting in this lap. Okay, so let's keep an eye on Dean Wysocki then. Not a lot of spray off the back of that car. In fact, very little spray. Looks a bit like he's just letting the car roll through the corners. Easing the throttle down, as we saw Swimfins went very wide. Bit of spray coming through the exit of that corner there, and Dean was nice and gentle on the throttle, nice and patient. You see the spray again just kicking up. Not a lot of it, but enough that Dean can't get the power straight down. He has to ease it down coming around the corner. So he's heading down towards sector 2 time. Let's see if he can improve on his time here. Monkey Boy's pitted, and Peaceful's in the pits as well. So he comes round the bottom of the track and starts to go back uphill and across into sector 2, and he's 3.7 seconds up on his time. So this will half his lap time. Only got a few corners to go to get right, so just be patient. Don't need to push the car. You've just got to be patient. And he just looks like he tried to take a bit too much curb there on the slick tyre through the chicane. Uphill he comes, and 2 more corners to go. Don't be greedy on the throttle, don't be greedy on the curb. You're on the slick tyres and the curbs will still be very wet. He takes that second to last corner. Nice. Can he get the last corner right? This is the one with the big puddles. This is the one that's going to hurt him. Keeps to the inside and now can get the power down. And he was 3.7 up coming through the split. He's exactly 4 seconds up. That puts him P6 ahead of Peaceful and Stealth Soft. Just a tenth off of his teammate then on the dry tyre. So time to be found there for Dean Wasaki. Who else is crossing the line now? Just changed onto the cockpit view. So someone else has just crossed the line. Monkey Boy's about to cross the line anytime soon. So let's stay on board with Monkey Boy here. And see if Monkey Boy can do any better. Not seeing any improvement from Phil, even though the track's dry. In 4 minutes 10 remaining. It is this puddle on the last corner that everybody's got to be careful of. Stealth Sloth's now making a pit stop as well. And Monkey Boy's going to cross the line here, and 34 seconds down, so that must have been his outlap part of the pits. So he's on a time lap now. DJ Phil's gone up to 4th as we just joined him. He's spinning around, so DJ Phil's gone up to 4th place, so a good time for DJ Phil. So to Apex halfway around the lap. Phil's coming down to the bottom of the track. Where's Welshie? He'll be the next car to set a lap time. Comes through the split time. It's 2.4 down on his time. Peaceful, he's just behind, but he's on his outlap out the pit since changing tyres. Now, one thing Welshie does like is a good tank of fuel in this Lamborghini. He says when it gets down to 20 litres, you start to lose the rear end. And he's darting into the pits. So clearly feels he needs a set of dry tyres. Peaceful Explosion is now going to start his first proper timed lap. Stealth Sloth is out the pits. Phil comes into the pits. Where's Sooty Apex? Not there. DJ Phil, we span this lap, so he's not going to do any better. Where's Aiden? I think Aiden's coming into the pits as well. Swimfin's towards the bottom of his lap. So Dean will set the next best lap time. Someone has just crossed the line now, but no improvement on the screen. So what can Dean do from here? 2 minutes 30 remaining on the clock. He'll get 1, maybe 2 laps in. He's half a second down. So not what Dean will be wanting there. Sooty Apex then is the next man to set a lap time. And all sideways through the last corner, really getting his power down through the puddle, trying to keep the power there instead of letting it roll through, and goes 2 tenths quicker. So he's 9 tenths now off his teammate, and he's put it in the pits. So Sooty is done for the session. Phil is coming out the pits. Might not get time to do another lap. Who else is in the pits? Aiden. Aiden won't get a proper lap time in. Keegs won't get a proper lap time in. He's still in the pits. Sooty's coming back out, but will not get a proper lap time in, you wouldn't imagine. Car coming over the line now, not quite sure who that is. It's Monkey Boy, and he's gone 2.2 seconds quicker. He's got Swimfins just in front of him, but Monkey Boy tops the timing sheets here, 2.2 quicker than Phil on the dry tyre possibly. So is it drying now? 2:08.1 for Monkey Boy, so a heck of a lap time that is. So who's the next person to cross the line? Peaceful's 3.6 up on his time. We see there it will be the Stealth Sloth. 1:23 left on the clock, so Stealth Sloth will get another lap and keeps his foot throttle half down coming through the puddle, so maybe other drivers can take a bit more confidence through there, and isn't up on his time. Peaceful Explosion will set the next lap. We saw he was 3 point something up on his delta. Is he going to get that 5.8 to get close to Monkey Boy? Let's see. Rounds the final 2 corners here. Half throttle for Monkey Boy as that puddle is getting less and less every time someone goes through it, and Monkey Boy full throttle down the straight now, crosses the line, 5.5 seconds up, and he's just 2 tenths off the back of Monkey Boy. This will be Peaceful's last lap. Nonetheless, he's still going to get a lap in. Welshie's not the next car. It will be DJ Phil, who may get one in after this. Let's wait to see. DJ Phil down to 6th place now. He keeps it half throttle as well, going through the puddle, so obviously that puddle not as bad as it was a moment ago, and DJ Phil can't improve. Where's Welshie coming through the last 2 corners? Can he get another lap time in? I do believe that's Dean just behind Welshie. He's also half throttle through the puddle. Welshie crosses the line and doesn't improve. It was Dean behind Welshie. Dean will get one last lap time in. Crosses the line, no improvement for him. Who's that just behind Dean? Can't quite see. It's not Sooty, it was Phil, so Phil will get a lap time in then. Just, so he really got round there quick. But Monkey Boy will be the first of the finishers. Sutty's going to cross the line, but there will be no improvement from Sutty as he didn't get a lap time in. Sutty down in P4. Monkey Boy crosses the line to be the first of the finishers and goes even quicker with a 2:06.5. 18 seconds quicker than this man Swim Fins at the moment, but he's going to finish his lap here. Can he improve on his final lap? He does indeed, gains 4 seconds and finishes 10th, just 14 seconds off the pace. Stealth Sloth will be the next man to do his lap. 7.6 currently behind Monkey Boy. Can he find any pace in that Mercedes into the final 2 corners? A bit wide at the first of the 2 there. Now really got to nail it round this last corner, even though the puddle's there. He does nail it as well, pretty much full throttle through the corner. And down he comes now to finish his lap and goes into P3. So a good lap from the Stealth Sloth. Who's next on track? It is going to be Peaceful Explosion. Can he find 1.8 seconds to beat Dean's pitted, so clearly not happy with his final run. But here comes Peaceful Explosion. No improvement from him there. I was surprised, must have made a mistake through the track.
Lost a bit of grip going round.
Oh, DJ Phil span, so he's not going to improve on his final lap. And now Welshie's gaining on DJ Phil. Is Welshie going to find 5.5 seconds from somewhere to beat Monkey Boy? So Peaceful Explosion. Let's take a look at the laps. Who's done the most laps here? Monkey Boy, Peaceful and Phil with the most lap times. With the most laps done. As Welshie crosses the line now and does improve to P2. 6/10 off of the back of Monkey Boy. So a good lap from him as everybody crosses the line.
On farming this video, it stacks.
So Phil leads the final session. Oh, Phil got the final time in the end. So not Monkey Boy in the end. Phil got it by 2.7 seconds. What a time that is from Monkey Boy, Welshie, Peaceful Explosion, Stealth Sloth. I tell you what, him and Welshie cannot be separated that much. And then it was Sutty Apex, DJ Phil Green, Dean Wasaki, Aidan Bennett, Swimfins and Keegs didn't set a lap time in P11. So let's see who's going to be on pole for the race. It's going to be a team Flatline Motorsport front row lockout here in the random grid race with Dean Wasaki on pole from Monkey Boy. Peaceful's in P3, Stealth Sloth 4th, Sutty's in 5th, Welshie's 6th, Phil's in 7th with Swimfin's 8th, Aidan 9th, Keegs 10th and DJ Phil bringing up the rear. So is this the start of many things to come for Flatline Motorsport? Or will that Mercedes-Benz behind him, maybe the 2 Lamborghinis behind that, or the Mercedes on the back row have something to say about it as the season comes? Phil, the quickest man, with a 2:03.7 in testing. So that's a heck of a time. Yeah, heck of a time.
Just waiting on Dean, I think.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
So we're just waiting for Dean to ready up and then the race can get underway. If he's not ready within the next couple of... don't know how long's left because I can't see that. He will miss the start of the race. Ready now is Dean.
Yep.
So let's get the race started. A Frontline Motorsport 1-2 on the front row of the grid. Let's see what can happen from here. The revs rise. It's 3 red lights. It's green and go here. And look at the 2 Lamborghinis. It's Sutty and Welshie. Heck of a start. Dean gets off the line brilliantly as well. And Monkey Boy and Peaceful's currently side by side, but Welshie and Sutty having a look. And will there be a send-it manoeuvre of some kind? Swimfins was across the grass. And a span there. Everybody's had to avoid him. Keegs is also off, so not sure what happened there. We saw Swimfins across the grass. Hopefully no contact was made, but Peaceful's up into second and Dean defending. Peaceful Explosion into turn 2. Is that to try and help his teammate get round the outside? And Peaceful's lost it. A bit of a tap from Monkey Boy in the end to finish the job off, but Phil now currently second. Set the pace in practice, and with Peaceful Explosion, Phil now currently second. Monkey Boy and Peaceful currently second. Dean Wasaki 3rd, Welshie 4th, Sutty 5th, Welshie 6th, Dean 7th, Welshie 8th, Keegs 9th, DJ Phil 10th and Dean 9th. So a good lap from Monkey Boy and Peaceful Explosion. Phil now currently second. Does well in the practice sessions. Monkey Boys clip Sutty, and round them two go in the background. There's also, I think, Welshie off. Dean still leads from Phil. Stelfsloff third after rejoining. Aiden's up into fourth with Welshie fifth. Taps Aiden in the rear and Welshie round. Aiden round as well. There's DJ Phil Green. Aiden and Welshie tap each other again. DJ Phil gives Aiden a tap in the rear and DJ Phil's round. There's Keegs recovering to P6. Monkey Boys now 7th. DJ Phil 8th. Peaceful's all the way down in 9th, but recovers to 8th there. Passes DJ Phil. Swimfin's up to 10th. And just covering off Sutty, who runs all but last at the moment. Dean Wasocki still holding off Phil here, but Phil looks to the inside line. Dean covers that off, but runs too deep. And Phil up the inside with ease. But Dean looks like he's going to try and cut back here. Cannot get the job done. Touch the grass, and that's not enough for him. Couldn't get the power down on the exit to the corner, so Phil looks like he could be away here for a race win. Dean's got a lot of work to do from here. Back to Aiden on track. Welshie has got past, but Keegs trying to chase Aiden. Aiden trying to chase Welshie. And Monkey Boy trying to chase down the three of him. You see Peaceful in the background there, trying to get in on the back of this pack as well. And Sutty looks like he was going around the outside of DJ Phil there. So heck of a move from Sutty as Aiden just clips a tyre wall. And Monkey Boy messes up the corner as well. Dean still on the back of Phil for the lead in the slipstream, gaining and gaining and gaining, but cannot get the job done. And across the grass is Dean, so really messing up turn one, and that'll allow Phil to get away and stretch his legs a bit more here. Stovsloff and Welshie will be trying to chase Dean down as well. Sutty's in the pits, so clearly damage for Sutty. As we are on to lap 2, and Phil is starting to crawl away from Dean ever so slightly. Welshie though has Aiden all over the back of him, and Aiden looks to send one up the inside and gets the job done, but does Welshie look for the cutback? Too much curve there. Keegs will now be interested on the back of Welshie. We've seen Keegs and Welshie battling all night long, so really is taking the battle to his dad. Peaceful's got past Monkey Boy, and that's Monkey Boy on the rear of him. So Welshie trying to gain on the back of Aiden, and Keegs trying to gain on the back of him, but Peaceful Explosion will not leave, Monkey Boy will not leave Peaceful Explosion alone here. We see them have a good fight last Thursday in practice, and they're having an even better fight here. Sutty is 4 seconds off the back of Swimfins after his pit stop. We know what happens if you pit and cannot get the time to pass them back, don't we, Peaceful?
We certainly do. Oh, Sutty.
Stovsloff is within a second of Dean Wasocki. Now, in fact, no, he's in within a second of Phil, sorry. And he's turned in on Phil. Phil was up his inside. I don't know why he turned into the corner there. So Stovsloff off. Not sure what's happened to Phil. But Dean has now inherited the lead. Dean, do you have damage on your car?
Nope.
Oh, you look, your driver. Looked like he was holding the wheel a bit funny. Dean 4 seconds in front of Phil then as we head on to the final lap. Dean just taking a bit too much curb there. That's not going to get him the best run out the corner, but he's got 4.4 seconds. He leads to Phil, who is second. Aiden is now up to third. Keegs has passed Welshie and is running P4. The MC Motorsport guys running 5th and 6th. And Peaceful Explosion and Monkey Boy are side by side, and Monkey Boy just can't get the job done. He was quick through the corner, but just couldn't get it done on the straights. Can he late break Peaceful? No, he can't. Doesn't think about sending one there. And I think that's the problem the Acura is going to find most of the season, that on the long straights it's going to potentially lose out to the quicker cars on the straight line. Peaceful trying to catch to the back of Stovsloff, is within that second mark near enough. Sutty has passed Swimfins as they start their final lap of the race. DJ Phil running 9th. Gap out front though is coming down, so if Dean's being a bit cautious to try and get the race win, he's probably being a bit too cautious. Gap down to 3 seconds exactly. And is Phil just going to put enough pressure on Dean here to maybe make Dean make a mistake? Welshie is off as Stovsloff has gained on him for 4th, and Peaceful passes, so does Monkey Boy. Aiden has also lost it somewhere, so Keegs is now running 3rd. Gap down to 2.6 between the leaders though, and it's coming down even more. The straight line speed of that Lamborghini against the corner speed of the Acura, and Dean's on the grass. That's not where he wants to be at all. That's really allowed Phil to gain. 1.5 is the gap as we've got 4-5 corners left. Dean's really got to knuckle down under the pressure. The gap's down to 1.2 seconds here. And Phil is now within a second of Dean. Dean's got to get these final 2 corners right. Peaceful looks like he's made a mistake because he's gone back behind Monkey Boy. And Welsh is now past Peaceful. Damage. And bad damage from Peaceful Explosion. But Dean now comes around the final corner. 7/10 is the gap between him and Phil. Can he get the job done as he crosses the line? I think the 7/10 is enough. And it looks like it's going to be Dean Wysocki with a flash of the lights who wins from Phil in second. Keegs is going to take a third here. No Lamborghini dominance at Bruno tonight, says Jamie Brazier. Indeed not. Keegs takes third place. Self-sloth up and down for him in this race. He's going to take a fourth. Monkey Boy's going to come home P5. With Welshie in 6th. Peaceful's going to hold off Aiden for 7th. Aiden will get 8th. DJ Phil there in the background, close to 9th, but not close enough. Sutty after first lap dramas. Well done, Dean, says Jamie in the chat. Sutty after first lap dramas will take 10th place.
Cheers, Jamie.
And we just await Swim Fins then. As Swim Fins comes around the final corner now, we're going to get Sutty, Keegs and Welsh in for a quick final word as well as used to before we end the stream as Swim Fins cross this line to finish now. So let's just get these guys in. Good lap that from Phil.
Sutty in a 2:03.7.
Them Lamborghini's really quick in a straight. So let's just bring some guys in for a quick chat. So Dean, we'll go to you first of all. Good set of practice for you tonight. You feel like you got the laps in properly?
Yeah, I've done tonight. I've concentrated tonight, got my head down, and just drove the car how it should be drove.
Peaceful, same question to you. Do you feel you've got enough out of tonight's practice session?
Yeah, I've learned the tracks that I didn't really know, but I think that last track, Burno, I think that's definitely a Lamborghini strong track by the looks of it. I quite struggled with that one, but yeah, it's good practice session tonight, and it's good. The little races are good because it helps you understand your actual race pace slightly. So yeah. All good.
As Keegs joins us now, Keegs, just a quick question. We saw Swim Fins on the grass at the beginning of the race. Did he make contact with you into turn 1?
Yeah, I may have gave him a wee tap.
Right.
Thought I had the room to get in front of him, but I gave him a wee tap. My fault. And yeah, I don't know if he managed to control it or not, but I got it up the rear.
Keegs getting past people by hitting them off the road. Why does that not surprise me? Did you feel you got more out of the session tonight than you did last night, Keegs?
Yeah, definitely.
The Scottish shove, says Jamie Brazier in the chat. Sutty, bit of an incident with Dean at Daytona, but are you happy with the session all in all tonight?
Yeah, it's been good, yeah. I had a little bit of a thing with Monkey Boy. It wasn't his fault as well in the last race. He lost it and hit me off, and I got suspension damage, and so I went to the pits.
Yeah, caught that in the background. Plenty of laps.
It's been a good giggle. Yeah, go on.
I tell you one thing I must say, Phil, in the last practice session, a 2:03 in the drying conditions in the fog. That was a heck of a lap time from him.
Yeah, he was quick. I had a look on the race as well. I think we were both in the 2:03s on the race.
Yeah, both in the 2:03s. He made a mistake. I didn't see quite what happened to let Dean back through. Chris, again for you, you topped the times and got some podiums and good strong races as well. Hang on just 1 second. Phil in the chat says Sutty doesn't like being a number 2 driver. He made me crash.
I did make him laugh. He went, don't make me laugh, and then he said, I've binned it.
So you cost your team a pre-season victory, if you like.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Chris, some strong lap times from you and some strong races as well. Good finishing for you, as well as Michael, your teammate.
Yeah, well, another good night tonight. Obviously, first race I was really happy with, come off with a big grin on my face. Obviously, Daytona had that slight incident with swim fins. I didn't think I'd hit him. I just felt a touch in the back, but it was obviously me coming across and hitting him and sending him into Aiden, which caused him to flip. So, apologies for that. And then I had the wee run in the back of Dean. Got kind of quiet with his braking and went into the back. I'm just at the round the back here. But other than that, tonight, the last race there again, it's a bit hard for the Lambos. They tend to start off with low fuel, so a bit twitchy on the back end. But yeah, obviously Phil and sort of how to get it going, especially Phil there with the laps they were doing. So we need to get some lessons from him to keep it steady.
Yeah, we've seen you most of the night battling with the junior in the household. You managed to get the better of him round Spa. That must have been
definitely. And he knew about it, I'll tell you that.
Well, Kings, you've got to up your game. But from all of us here at SimPlay Motorsport, we thank you for a great night, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Thank you.